Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening while you guys are coming into the room. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. While you guys are coming in the room, make sure you guys smash that like button, family. It is time to get to work, family. Salute to the team. We are in the building. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get the likes up, family. You know how we do. Let's go, family. Let's go.
You're getting close. Soon we'll be at 50K. We gotta keep our momentum.
Look, I'm out of ideas.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I got lucky. I used to make fashion vlogs. I got lucky with those sexy red videos.
What you need is a playbook. Everything you're doing right now has already been done.
Conservative.
We're gonna get paid to tell these white folks exactly what they want to hear.
Step 1, blame rap music. Step 2, quote MLK out of context. Step 3, pretend you never heard of redlining.
Tried and tested.
This is insane.
Insanely profitable.
Did you know the real problem in the black community is fatherless homes? Not policy, not history, just dads. No dads. Where did all the dads go? We need more black dads. Oh, please, Black Lives Matter, more like Black Lives Pander. Am I right or am I left? They all want you to forget that all lives matter. Pull your pants up. Your ass cheeks, they're like magnets. Bullet magnets. Your ass cheeks attract bullets. If your pants weren't down, the police wouldn't be tempted to play with those magnets. You know how your mama told you not to play around on a hot stove? Well, don't play with a hot gun. I know this has been controversial for some reason, but I just want to say, as a black person, I agreed with everything Charlie Kirk said, and that he wasn't racist, and said nothing wrong. You hear that? A black person is telling you there's nothing to be offended about. I don't care if the cops blew him up with a bazooka. Why was he running? And speaking of running, y'all remember Cool Runnings? Well, they had dreadlocks, and that's ghetto and unprofessional. Black men, you need to cut off your locks. Be a real man. See, unlike other black people, I know how to think for myself, and that's why I agree with everything President Trump said. Well, I for one am here to tell you, fight the brainwashing. We are not a monolith. We are independent thinkers. I want to thank you all for this honor, but the real honor is living the dream of my enslaved ancestors. They spent their entire lives praying racism would end. Well, as a black man, I'm here to say, race.
Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. I see y'all in the chat heavy already. Shout out to you guys. Family. We got a lot to discuss on this evening. Yeah, we got a lot of things to cover on this broadcast on this evening, right? And I've been seeing all the fuckery on social media today, right? A lot of false narratives as usual, a lot of bootlicking, a lot of Sambos. But today we are going to address that, family. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. While you guys coming on in, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. This is the hottest show on YouTube. Welcome, family. Welcome to the show. I am honored to host you guys on this evening. You know why I'm here. You know we got work to do. You know we do. The lies must stop. Right? And I just want to point something out real quick, family, before we start this broadcast. Let's head over here right quick, family. You remember that I cooked Megyn Kelly on yesterday, right? And I told you guys, they be watching me over here. They be watching the family. My first live stream I did on Megyn Kelly, I was calling out her hypocrisy. I was like, why she not speaking about, her friend Charlie Kirk? The day after 15 videos of Charlie Kirk. And then I pointed out yesterday, she ain't made not one video on Nolan Wills. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 videos back to back today on Nolan Wills. And not only that, family, we call her out about Carmelo Anthony. Look at her latest video they dropped 12 minutes ago on Carmelo and Anthony, ladies and gentlemen. I told you we are smoking Megyn Kelly out. Megyn Kelly cannot just come on her platform and just spread a bunch of lies and get away with it. I told you she's watching us, because every time I make a video about her, she do the exact thing that I call her out on, family. She do the exact same thing. But we're going to tune into her on another time, family. We have to discuss our dear brother Nolan Wells on this evening. His friend Warren decided to sit down with the number one Sambo on the internet, Officer Tatum, family. Warren didn't want to sit down with the local news. He didn't want to speak to the family. He hasn't showed up to any press conferences, but he chose to sit down with the number one bootlicker, a man that degrade and disrespect black people on his platform every single day. That's who Warren decided to sit down and do his first interview with. That is very telling, family. These are the same individuals that tell us, hey, let's not make this about race. This is not about race. And Warren's stepmother is who, ladies and gentlemen? Judge Ashley Cole, right? Judge Ashley Cole that came on her platform after deleting her social media. Came back onto the platform, apologized for deleting her social media, talking about that she was friends with Christina. Let's keep the attention and focus on Nolan Wells, and let's keep the focus off her stepson, Warren, right? And I'm pretty sure that Ashley Cole did her background check on Officer Tatum before she decided to allow her stepson to sit down and do an interview with him. So this lets me know everything I need to know about this family. They are anti-black and they are racist pieces of shit. Because Warren could have sat down and talked to anybody. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, family, was reaching out to Warren and Judge Cole for an interview. So they ignored all the people that reached out to them and said, you know what? Our very first interview, we are going to sit down and talk to Officer Tater Tot, a guy that degrade black people and try to depict black people in the most despicable way, day in and day out on his platform. That's who Warren decided to sit down with and talk about his black friend. Yeah, we're not dumb. We're not dumb. We see the play. We see the play. You can't fool us. And Officer Tatum is the number one race baiter, the number one race hustler. You think that he went down there in Mississippi in good faith? Absolutely not. He went down there to race hustle like he always do. Because if he can't depict black people out to be a villain, he don't get paid. If he don't uplift white people and make it seem like that they are perfect and they are better than black people, he don't get paid, family. But the false narrative stops today. The lie stops today. We're not falling for that bullshit. Shout out to Lady J coming in with the $2 super chat. Keep cooking, brother. I will, Lady J. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Shout out to my bro Nathaniel coming in with the $5 super chat. What's up, family? Officer Bootlicking is at it again. Happy hump day. I hope you're doing well. Brandon Tatum is trash. I am doing well, my brother. I hope you're doing well as well. Thank you so much for your $5 super chat. I appreciate you, Nathaniel. Shout out to Meal Dog coming in with the $5 super chat. Don't you think it's suspicious Officer Tatum is in Mississippi interviewing a white boy? What is the connection? We're going to discuss that on this evening, Meal Dog. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, my guy. I appreciate it. Salute to Rogers coming in with the $2 super chat. Didn't say nothing, just showing love. Thank you so much, Roger, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Now, can we cook on this evening, family? First, I want to say shout out to you guys. We got the trolls in a bit. The trolls in a bit. See, you know what? I want the troll. I'm not even going to block the trolls, right? I'm not even going to block the trolls on this evening because I really want them. I want them to be dedicated to their trolling on this evening because it's going to be hard for them on this broadcast, family. We are going to have an amazing time, right? I'm going to take my time on this evening. We got some cooking to do, family. Shout out to Freethinker coming in with the $10 super chat. We need more soldiers just like you. It's getting sickening. ATP. Absolutely, Freethinker. Absolutely, we do. But a lot of these people out here, Freethinker, are cowards. They cowards. But that's okay. We gonna step up and be the real soldiers. We gonna step up and defend our people. We gonna step up and be the voice for the voiceless. Don't worry, Freethinker. We got it. If they don't want to be a part of this or what we got going on, no problem. You an enemy of ours. But thank you so much, Freethinker, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Nathaniel coming back in with the $2 super chat. Officer Tater Tot would do anything for $1. Absolutely. Anything for some money. He's the real race hustler. Thank you so much, Nathaniel, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Sarah Ray coming in with the $20 super chat. Didn't say nothing, just showing your boy some love. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I appreciate you, love. Thank you so much for that. So, family, on the live stream on yesterday, I showed you guys that Officer Tatum said that he went down there in Mississippi. He's down there right now, right? He went down there in Mississippi. And he said, hey, I done interviewed with the witnesses and y'all gonna apologize to these boys because y'all lying on them and they grew up with Nolan Wells and them boys ain't had nothing to do with it. You guys is gonna bend the knee to the white people. Very excited to talk about the news and the story that he got from those 3 white demons, ladies and gentlemen. Those lying ass demons. And we're about to break this down piece by piece. But first thing first, family, thank you guys for joining me on this evening. Thank you guys for contributing to the platform. Thank you to my channel members. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you guys smash that like button. And family, don't go back and forth with the trolls. Just look at their comments and laugh at them. Just laugh at them. Because they come here faithfully. That's how you know we are doing the Lord's work. They come here faithfully. But they got black fatigue, family. Shout out to Lady J coming back with the $2 super chat. Love how you treat trolls. Welcome to hear the truth. Yes, absolutely, Lady J. I welcome the trolls. I expect them to come here every single day. Every single day, Lady J. They here faithfully to hear Black Daddy put belt to ass. Faithfully. Thank you so much, Lady J, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Shout out to Philly Juice coming in with the $2 super chat. Now it makes sense why that interview was some BS. See, we are the intelligent class over here. We can point out the BS when we see it. See, you can't just throw no BS in front of us and expect us to just run with it and just say, oh, you know what? Yeah, he's telling the truth. Yeah, black people, let's pack it up and go home. Yeah, let's not make this about race. Let's not look at these 3 white boys as suspects. Yeah, Officer Tatum just told the truth, and let's just go home and just act like we just didn't hear what we just heard. Yeah, okay, we're gonna see how that is going to work out for you. But shout out to Philly Juice for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. So, family, first thing first, I want to go over this video of Officer Tatum describing what he have received from the white guys that he went down there and interviewed. And I want you to pay attention to the enthusiasm and the tone of his voice trying to prove to us that we need to that we are liars, we are race baiting, we are doing Nolan Wells' family a disservice, and we owe Warren and the rest of those white devils an apology. Let's get into it, family. Thank you again for being with me on this evening. Let's go.
Shalom, family, and welcome back to the Submitted You channel. On this channel, I care about 3 things: scripture, logic, and truth. And in today's video, I want to respond to a video that is trending on Threads. It may be trending elsewhere. So if you see it, begin and watch this video and see what this man has to say.
Real quick, Benjamin Crump should be ashamed of himself. Al Sharpton should be ashamed of themselves. I'm right here in Mississippi. It's crazy that I had to fly down here to even get this information. They've been lying on these boys. I got evidence, and I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to lay it out for you. It is a shame that boy Nolan did not get the respect that he deserved. In my opinion, they turned his death into a racial thing, destroying the community. You name it, they did it.
That's what you're doing.
We got evidence.
You got evidence.
Just 4 boys with him. We got evidence that they asked Nolan to get back on the boat, and he refused to because he grown. we got evidence that the boys reached out to the parents, that Benjamin Crump and them didn't refuse to reach out to these boys.
Huh?
And I've talked to them. I've seen the evidence with my own eyes.
You seen evidence?
I've seen that there was more than just 4 people. There was 3 boats full of kids. I know that they left and they had nothing to do with this.
Boy.
And instead of them saying and standing up for these boys and saying, look, we don't know what happened. We want justice for Nolan. These boys didn't have no involvement.
That's what they've been
they
saying.
Want to make it about race. And it is a shame. And I'm so heated, man. I went out to Horn Island. We got all the video. We got the interviews. The boys wanted to talk to me because I'm the only one there to give them a voice because everybody else is fake.
No, the only reason why they want to talk to you because you are a bootlicker and you are a Sambo. That's the only reason why they decided to sit down with you, because they know that they have a safe space to sit down and get their lying talking points off.
Looking out for themselves. And it's a shame, man.
First of all, I want to stop it real quick because it's very ironic because he's going to make money off of these interviews as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He's also going to make money off of putting this on all of his social media platforms as well.
Absolutely.
So don't think that he's doing something like this for noble reasons just because he's telling you that. Okay, let's continue.
It's a shame.
He's the #1 race hustler. Officer Tatum is the #1 race hustler. Family, all of these Sambos is online right now losing their minds trying to count everybody's pocket, talking about that we are race hustling. Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton is after money. But what you think his true agenda was when he went down there in Mississippi to interview Warren? Do you think that he wanted the truth or he wanted money? And it's about to be on display on this broadcast on this evening. Don't worry, Officer Tatum. I got you, brother. Don't worry.
They deserve better than what they did.
You don't give a damn about him.
Hoodwinking, trying to raise money and make stuff about race, and they have no evidence. They lied about the phone getting deleted.
They lied.
It's a shame, man. But y'all finna find out, and a lot of y'all gonna have to apologize for the stuff that you said.
Oh, we gotta apologize.
Take that video down and apologize.
Ooh,
because you were part of the lie.
Okay, first thing first, before my dear brother over there start cooking real quick, because I want to hear his response. But this guy said we're gonna owe these people an apology because he's seen the evidence. He's seen everything. But here's the thing, Officer Tatum. What do Warren have in his possession that the police don't already have? What have you seen that the police ain't already seen? That's what I want to know. Because you going down there to Mississippi are participating in the race hustling that you are projecting onto us. You want to go down there and defend these white devils because we know that they played a part in this. We know they did. And you going down there trying to prop them up to be these innocent victims while this whole time they've been in hiding. Nobody reached out to them to do a goddamn... Benjamin, these people are fucking lying. And we're about to expose you on this broadcast, Officer Tatum. Let's go.
Officer Tatum, very interesting analysis. So after this performative presentation...
Very performative.
I have to say this, right? So you seem to believe that because you flew to Mississippi, interviewed a few witnesses, and heard their side of the story that you've somehow solved the case, Scooby-Doo. But that's not how an investigation works.
Exactly.
You did an interview, right? But that's just evidence. So as a university professor who teaches logic, I want people to understand something that's very fundamental. Evidence, which is what he says he has, is not the same thing as a conclusion. So he says that he flew to Mississippi. He also said that he interviewed the young men who were with Nolan. He also said that those men want their voices heard, but they scrub their social medias, which is crazy.
Exactly.
He also says that they told him that they asked Nolan to get back in the boat. Why was he out of the boat in the first place?
Right.
He also said that they denied any involvement in his death. Okay, well, why not just say that? Then he also concluded that Benjamin Crump was lying. What was he lying about?
Right.
Al Sharpton is lying. What was Al Sharpton lying about? He also said the family is lying. What is the family lying about? The allegations about Nolan's phone are false. So I think he misspoke when he said that the phone was missing, but he meant to articulate, and he said he was heated, so I'm going to give him a pass there. But he probably is referring to the text messages or the things social media related are no longer on his phone. Here's the question that your performative presentation never answers is, how does interviewing one group of witnesses logically prove everyone else is lying? Because it doesn't.
No, it's not even trying to present that we are lying. He's just doing his normal bootlicking. That's what Officer Tatum is doing, because Officer Tatum is very confident that he has cracked the case. He solved the case. He got all the evidence. He got the text message. He got the interviews. He got the confessions. But Officer Tatum, the police department interviewed these guys. Don't you think that the police got the same exact evidence that you so-called claim that you got? And the investigation is still ongoing. So obviously it wasn't no real evidence for real that they presented to the sheriff department down there, or they would have closed the case. So out of everybody who these people who have talking to, because the FBI is involved in this case now, right? The FBI is involved. The district attorney is involved. But Officer Tatum want to get on his platform and tell us, hey guys, you are going to apologize to these white boys. Because I know the facts. I seen the evidence. I know the truth. That's what he want.
Suppose in a divorce case, let's just say the female's testimony was heard, and so now this is all the media has. And then now you come along, you interview the male, and then now you're saying that, oh, look, she was lying. You would be a terrible marriage counselor, let's just be honest. And you keep repeating, I have evidence, right? Okay. But what you've presented is witness testimony. Witness testimony is evidence, but it's not proof. If I were a district attorney, I would absolutely interview those young men, but that wouldn't even be close to the end of my investigation, because prosecutors should never ask, what story did you tell me? They should ask, can your story as a witness survive independent verification? So that's the difference between interviewing witnesses and actually investigating a case. Now, witnesses are measured against objective evidence, not whether or not you feel like they're telling the truth. So we should look at things like cell phone records, GPS data, digital forensics, timestamps, photographs,
which we did because the GPS of the boat told us everything we need to know. Right? They put in a 911 dispatch call to get their boat towed. And then the news dropped that they was all over the place after the 911 dispatch call. They took trips back and forth to the island after calling 911 stating that their boat is sinking. And everybody on their boat is in good health and is okay. They never said somebody jumped in the water. They never said somebody drowned. They said everybody in the boat is okay. But Officer Tatum here is trying to convince us that he knows the truth. Officer Tatum has closed the case, family. Shout out to Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum went down there to Mississippi. He talked to those white devils. Those white devils lied to him directly in his face, because Officer Tatum don't give a damn about the truth, family. His trip to Mississippi has nothing to do about this case. He don't give a damn about Nolan. The same race hustling allegations that he is putting on Benjamin Crump, he's doing the same. Just like the rest of these Sambos. He's not looking for truth. He's looking for clout. He's looking for some way to try to target the black community and call us out and find some way to victimize these white boys. But it won't work. It won't work, Officer Tatum. We're too smart.
Photographs, video evidence that we don't necessarily have or that may have not been disclosed yet. Autopsy findings, public autopsy findings, independent autopsy findings, communications between these individuals, communications between people who were there that we might not have yet, physical evidence. Everything should get verified and tested because witnesses can be mistaken. You would be...
Family, it's okay. The trolls are welcome. I want the trolls here on this platform, family. I want them here. I am not going to block them. They need to hear this because you got to think about this, family. The trolls is so used to going over to the platforms like Officer Tatum, Po Chop, Mr. Potato Head, Rock Face, Moose in the Face. They so used to being lied to with their black fatigue. They come over here and get a dose of reality, some accountability, some truth talk. So they don't know what to do. So they got to spiral out of control in my comment section because they love it over here, family. This is where black excellence is at. This is where the truth is at. This is where belt to ass is at. So I hope the trolls enjoy themselves on this evening because it's going to be a bumpy ride. Shout out to the trolls. Shout out to the family. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. Let's go.
I'm not even going to say that. To think that because now you have evidence that proves the case, you are so easily misguided and mistaken because a witness can be mistaken.
Right.
AI can be mistaken. AI makes mistakes. People make mistakes.
But I just wanted to show you guys the beginning of this. So we're going to go ahead over here to Mr. Tater Tot's channel when he sat down and he interviewed these guys, right? He sat down, he interviewed them. And I want you guys to peep the title of this video, family. The title of this video says Nolan Well, Best Friends, tells the truth. Oh, he's telling the truth. Okay. About Nolan Wells after backlash, part 1. When you see part 1, that means that it's another part of this interview. So he's doing his DJ Vlad thing. He's chopping these interviews up in bits of pieces because he's grifting off this case. He don't give a damn about Nolan Wells. It's all about the grift. It's all about the black conservative dollars. It's all about the black fatigue dollars. It's not about seeking truth. He didn't go down there to seek truth. This interview is very performative. Officer Tatum is very performative. And he's a clown. Because why not just drop the whole interview? Why are you chopping it up in pieces of pieces? And then you title in the video, Nolan's best friend tell the truth. The truth by who nature? We don't know if he's telling the truth or not. Because it's very suspicious for him to come out and do an interview with you after the funeral that he did not attend. Let's go, family.
So Warren, I'm gonna ask you some very pointed questions. I mean, just straight out. The first thing I want to ask you is, did you kill Nolan? All right, Warren.
Did you guys hear that stupid ass shit that he just said?
So Warren, I'm gonna ask you some very pointed questions. I mean, just straight out. The first thing I want to ask you is, did you kill Nolan?
Why would you ask a dumb question like that? Like he finna sit on the platform and say, yeah, I did. I hit him behind the head with a pole and threw his body in a lake. Why would you say something? Do you guys see the grift right here? He's asking this guy, hey, did you unalive Nolan? Like he gonna sit up here and agree to it. This is sick behavior from this Sambo. This is a new level of bootlicking, family. Right? He's trying to get his doctorate in Sambo by starting off this video clip by asking this guy Warren, did you unalive Nolan Wells? This is so damn dumb and performative.
Warren, we had a chance to get to know each other over the last 2 days. Went out to Horn Island. So I've had an opportunity to talk to you about a few things, and the things that you've told me have literally blown my mind. But the world haven't had a chance yet to hear your story, to hear Nolan's story through you, through his friend. And it's not just you, it's a bunch of y'all. But, you know, some of the other guys were afraid because of the threats and the violence that's been threatened against their lives. And
there's been no violence or no threats against their lives. Stop lying. Ain't nobody sending them no threats. Ain't nobody trying to hurt these boys or nothing. All we doing is asking them, why in the hell would y'all delete all y'all social media accounts if Nolan is y'all best friend? Why are y'all radio silent? And not only that, this is what make it so so damn crazy, family. They sat down with Officer Tatum. So this justifies even more the narrative that these boys are racist. Judge Cole is racist because y'all see this guy platform. Don't act like Judge Cole ain't did her due diligence and did a background check on Officer Tatum and looked at his content and said, okay, oh, he talk about black people all day long on his social media platform. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Warren, go interview with him. He seemed like an honest guy. This seemed like a safe space that you can come say your performative answers that we made sure that you already got written down, that we rehearsed. Yeah, let's choose Officer Tatum. Let's not stand with the family during the press conference. Let's not do an interview with Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton. Let's not reach out to the public. Let's not go down there in the Mississippi streets and protest on the behalf of our friend Nolan Wells. But let's sit down with this raccoon right here and give performative talking points.
All of the above. But you decided that you wanted to take this bold step and give a statement and, you know, get your side out here. And I want to start at the very beginning.
Let's get the lights up, family. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are 400 strong in the building. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening. Guys, let's get the lights up. Let's make the haters mad, family. Let's make the haters mad. We got the trolls in the building. Shout out to the trolls. I am very excited to host the trolls on tonight. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Rogers coming in with the $5 super chat. Ex-Officer Hatem, what kind of friend doesn't help the family search for their missing friend? I don't think he got an answer for that, Rogers. I don't think he got an answer for that. But shout out to you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you guys. Let's get the likes up. Shout out to the trolls.
And ask you, what was your relationship like with Nolan? Who was he to you?
Nolan, I could describe Nolan in a million ways. I mean, Nolan was not just a best friend of me, but he was a brother. I grew up through elementary, middle school, high school, and even our freshman year of college. You know, we talked on the phone all the time. We were really close friends. And I mean, Nolan was like a brother to me. And
Nolan was like a brother to me. Nolan was like a brother to me, but the moment that the news dropped that Nolan was missing, I am going to my social media and delete it. I am not going to speak out on the behalf of my childhood friend, my brother Nolan Wells. But the first thing I am going to do is delete my social media, not speak to the public, and not go to his funeral.
Nolan lit up every room he walked in. He always had a smile on his face. He always had something good to say. I've never seen Nolan get in an argument with somebody and say bad things about someone. You know, there's a lot of people that talk crap nowadays, and Nolan was never that person. Sweetest soul ever. And I mean, I had a great relationship with Nolan. I've never got in an argument with Nolan. We were super close, and I've never said or will ever have anything bad to say about Nolan Wells.
Yeah, and you guys, you said you kind of grew up together. Mm-hmm. Did you know his mom, or how was that? Because I saw in the media where it appears that she may have said, at least I saw in part, that she said as if she didn't know any of you guys.
Right. Well, Nolan a lot of the times was at like my house and at my buddy's house. We never went to Nolan's house and hung out. I mean, and my friend...
We never went to Nolan's house and hung out, but Nolan's your brother. Nolan's your brother, but you never went to his house and hung out. Everybody that's coming out on this case that's saying that they are Nolan's best friend, the mother is coming out public saying that I have never met you motherfuckers. Y'all never came over here to the house. So y'all saying that y'all are Nolan's best friend is a stretch. It's a stretch. Because Warren came on this platform and say, I don't have nothing bad to say about Nolan. Nolan is a good kid. I never seen Nolan argue. I never had an argument with him. We've been friends since elementary, middle school, high school. He's like a brother to me, but I never went over to his house to meet his parents. What type of fucking best friend is you? Because all the best friends that I had growing up, all of them met my mother. It's very suspicious that y'all never met this woman. Christina have never met you motherfuckers. None of y'all. But y'all Nolan's best friend. Oh, really? I don't know how they get down over there in Mississippi. But in our culture, if we grew up with one another, we know each other's families, siblings, grandparents, everybody. Especially if we grew up together. Yeah, Warren. Yeah, this right here ain't gonna go good for you.
My friend group's very, very tight knit. I mean, we hang out every day when we're back home from school. In high school, we hung out most weekdays and every day on the weekend.
Bro, that man knows fat as hell.
I mean, we were never at Nolan's house, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But
he said we was never at Nolan's house, but there's nothing wrong with that. You know why they wasn't at Nolan's house? And this is my opinion, my thoughts, because Warren and his family are racist. They are anti-black. Because we seen Watt little brother come out on Instagram and call blacks worthless. I think it's his little brother, by the way. I think he's the little brother that came out and said that blacks are worthless. Because Warren, if Nolan was your brother with your big nose ass, why you don't want to meet his mother, his father? But Nolan is always at y'all house. And your stepmother, which is Judge Coles, that's sitting in the back of the camera, by the way. I know she's sitting back there. You didn't go over to the house to want to meet with his parents. But y'all made sure that he came over and met your parents.
I met his father, and I mean, in 8th grade, that's when Nolan and I got really close.
What I do?
COVID year, and we
what
were
I
in
do,
class
open
all
book?
year long together, me and a couple of my buddies, and Nolan and I just got super tight because we'd get a Waffle House once a week together, eat.
You lying.
We were just super, super close, but his dad would swing by Waffle House, you know, and hang out around us, but never, I was never around Nolan's parents a lot, but I mean,
I was never around around Nolan's parents a lot, but I grew up with him since elementary, middle school, high school, but I never want to go to the parents' home and meet with them. Judge Cole come out on the internet talking about she grew up with Christina. She went to high school with her. She graduated with her. But y'all never went over there to their home. It makes sense. It makes sense, family. When they came back from that lake, they went straight home. They didn't even think to contact Christina because they don't got a relationship with her. They don't even know her. So it makes sense why they just went radio silent and not tell Christina, hey, I don't know what happened to Nolan. Last time we seen Nolan, he said that he was going into another person's boat. Or he was going to meet this mysterious young lady named Katie.
Didn't change our relationship any. Nolan and I were still just as close, and he was just as close with my friends as, anyone else. So.
And walk me through the day of 4th of July where you guys were all going out.
Right.
This seems like something that I would assume that may have occurred more than just this year.
Yeah, of course.
Was it something that you guys did more than just this year? This is a 2-part question. I want to know, is it something that you guys typically did together, that you hang out often in this fashion? And then I want you to then walk me through 4th of July this year when the incident happened.
Okay. Being from the Gulf Coast, there's boating and fishing is very, very popular. The 4th of July, every year, my friends and I, or my family and I, are out on the water. I mean, that's the one day is guaranteed everybody's going out. And that's a known thing. Everybody's trying to get a ride out to Horn Island, or, people go to Ship Island, but most of everybody from Ocean Springs and the Gulf Coast go to Horn Island. And, we went last year. Nolan was on the boat with me last year, and he was, this was a common thing. My friends go on the boat when we're home. Very, very common. That's what we like to do. My friends like to fish also, and like to go on the boat. Not just fishing, but like to go on the boat, like to go on sunset cruises, like to do it all, on the water.
Bro, we don't care nothing about none of this goddamn babble, bro. This is the reason why he sat down with Officer Tater Tot, because he knew that he can get off all this goddamn babble instead of asking him the real questions that the public need answers to. This is why Warren decided to sit down with Officer Tatum. And I'm pretty sure countless of content creators reached out to him. Countless of news medias reached out to him to do an interview. But the very first interview that they accepted is to sit down with this tap dancing buffoon and do all this goddamn babble with that big ass nose. Salute to Earn Will coming in with the $5 super chat. Appreciate what you're doing, brother. Salute. Thank you so much, Earn Will. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for that.
And I mean, Nolan loved to do that too. I mean, he was not like he was just like everyone else in our friend group. He loved to go on the water and, you know, have a good time with the guys. And that's what we did a lot. But 4th of July, everybody was out there. Like I said, like Nolan was always trying to go on the boat, trying to go out there with us. And he was always welcome to come. Nolan was always out there with us. And started 4th of July, you know, my buddies and I had talked about this week's upcoming, you know, everybody's very, very excited for the 4th of July from down here. Like it's a big thing.
It's a big deal.
Very, very big deal.
Salute to Virgo coming in with the $5 super chat. The unseasoned chicken is being concerned on what to say. He is repeating himself. Exactly. And Officer Tatum is not even stopping him, Virgo. Officer Tatum is not even stopping him. He asked him a direct question and he went on a whole goddamn monologue. But he knew exactly where to go to get this off. Thank you, Virgo. I appreciate you.
I mean, I actually stayed with Nolan that night at my buddy's house, and I woke up at my buddy's house, and we went to McDonald's, got food. Nolan was not with me, and
ain't nobody actually was Nolan with you. Damn, what the fuck? And who the fuck is my buddy? What's his name?
I went and got breakfast. I had my buddy's boat hooked up to my truck, and
Warren, listen to me, Warren, with your big ass nose. If you trying to make yourself seem like that you're not a suspect, you got to give us names. You keep saying my buddy, I went to McDonald's, but Nolan wasn't with me. And then I got my buddy's boat. Who's your buddy? We need names. We trying to solve a case here. We trying to solve a case here, and you keep talking about my buddy. But I get it. You trying to remember the script. You trying to remember the talking points that you and Judge Cole went over before you sat down and do this interview, because body language speaks volume. Look at his body language. You know that he's lying. You know that he's very uncomfortable in this interview, and he's trying to remember his lines, and it's not registering to him. And look at Officer Tatum body language. He's very uncomfortable because this interview is forced. This is scripted. This is performative. This is not a genuine interview to try to inform the public of some information we don't know nothing about. Warren, in my opinion, allegedly is a suspect.
Well, first I ran to my house, then I went to McDonald's and came back, and
you already said that.
The boat was already hooked up to my truck. My buddy Wyatt and I went, and with my buddy Wilson, we went.
Whoa, what was that? Was that a jump cut? Hold on. I know you ain't just jump cut after saying my buddy.
My buddy Wilson, we went.
Oh, so you jump cut because you probably said your buddy name. So Officer Tatum had to make sure that this my buddy name. Look, family.
My buddy Wilson, we went.
You see the jump cut? Wow. See, Officer Tatum, you think we stupid.
With my buddy Wilson, we went, filled the top of the boat off.
I gotta slow this down. I gotta slow this down, family. Do you guys see the jump cut? What in the fuck?
And with my buddy Wilson, we went.
Did you guys catch that? He's jump cutting because he didn't want to mention his buddy's name.
My buddy Wilson, we went.
Wow. See, Officer Tatum, you fucked up, brother. Why are you cutting off what he's saying? As Warren is telling the truth and he's being honest about what he's speaking about, why are you cutting out what he's saying? Obviously, he said Buddy's name, but you cut it out because y'all trying to save him. Waste of fucking time. Salute to Jerome coming in with the $5 super chat. Warren is lying. Cody knew what the heck he did. He knew what he was doing. Absolutely. Absolutely he do. Shout out to Jerome for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Shout out to the Tone coming in with the $2 super chat. Both of them are scripted before the interview. Absolutely. They rehearsed this. And not only that, it's jump cuts in this interview. He just jump cut when he said Buddy name. I thought Warren was innocent. Why you don't want to give names? I thought this is supposed to be a light-hearted interview giving us information that we don't already know. So why is Officer Tatum jump cutting the interview? Why did you edit that? That's crazy. Shout out to Miss Kimberly coming in with the $2 cash out. This is, hold on 1 second. This is that scratch from under the neck. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you, Miss Kimberly.
Filled the top of the boat off, loaded it down with ice, and just got everything ready. Then Wyatt went and put his smaller boat in the water, which is the Palm Beach. He's an 18-foot Palm Beach, and I drove the boat from Fort Bayou Boat Launch to my buddy's grandparents' house, and that's where we all planned to meet up that day. And
you say we all, who are you talking about? You, Nolan, and how many people are going to meet you guys there?
We had roughly 20 to 30 people coming on 3 separate boats with us. And so we were all following each other out there as one big group. You know, it wasn't just me and Nolan and a couple other of my buddies. There was 20 or 30 people spread out where we all met at the dock before, and then we departed to go to Horn Island. It wasn't just a couple of us. I mean, there were so many people, we had to split up between 3 boats, and we all left and all got there at the same time.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that's clear, because the statements that are out there made it appear that it was just you, Nolan, and probably 2 or 3 other guys, and y'all are the only ones that went out to this island.
And that's completely incorrect. I mean,
why are you lying, Officer Tatum? Ain't nobody saying that they was the only people on that island. Clearly, we can see in all the video footage just out here, it was hundreds of people out there on that island. So why are you lying? Nobody have said that they was the only people out there, but they was the only people on that damn boat. See, we keeping the focus and the attention of the people that's on the boat, not the other people that's on the island. So why did you sit up here and lie like that? Because y'all trying to draw the attention away from Warren and his crew and what they did to Nolan. This interview is bullshit. Warren is a suspect. See, he's trying to jump out in front of it to make himself seem like that. Hey, I ain't did nothing wrong. Look at me, guys. I'm sitting down with Officer Tater Tot that degrade black people all day long. Don't I look innocent? Even though I'm sitting down in an interview that's doing jump cuts, and I can't really speak my mind because my stepmother, Judge Cole, made sure that I rehearsed my lines before I sat down with this tap dancing Sambo. We know that it was hundreds of people out there on that lake. But the thing is, Officer Tater Tot, he wasn't with hundreds of people. He was with Warren. He was with those boys that was on that boat. Stop mentioning other people that don't have nothing to do with this damn case. You can't distract us, Officer Tater Tot. Nice try, though. But Warren is a suspect in my book. Watt and the rest of those white boys that was on that boat is a suspect.
On the 4th of July is the most popular day to be on the water on, throughout the entire Gulf Coast. I mean, everybody and their mom is on the water on 4th of July,
Bro, what is this?
There's no telling. I mean, roughly probably 2 to 3, maybe even 4,000 people out there.
So if it was 4,000 people out there and they picked Nolan's body up out the lake, the exact same location that y'all parked that boat at, how did 4,000 people didn't see what happened to Nolan? Huh, Warren? Mr. Big Nose. If it was 4,000 people out there, you mean to tell me Nolan just magically disappeared somewhere and did the unthinkable and he fell inside of the lake? The exact same location that y'all traveled to and nobody saw him? Let's just run with child narrative that Nolan drowned, right? Because nobody came out and said that Nolan went for a swim. You haven't even mentioned that Nolan went for a swim. Nobody stated that Nolan went for a swim, but y'all running with this narrative that Nolan Wells drowned. Nobody said that he drowned. No autopsy said he drowned. Nobody that was out there on that lake said that he drowned. So how did Nolan Wells' body end up getting picked out of the goddamn lake, Warren? If 4,000 people was out there, Mr. Big Nose. Just looking at him is, looking at this guy right here is pissing me off, because I know how evil and demonic these people is. I know how evil and vicious his community is when they want to lie and pin shit on black people. This is not an innocent individual. He know exactly what he did. Because your motive by sitting down doing the interview with Officer Tatum, while Judge Ashley Cole is sitting behind the camera, coaching you, making sure that Officer Tatum don't ask the questions that we want answers to, jump cutting through this goddamn interview. And it looked like you got a scar on your face, by the way, Warren. How did that happen? Did you wanted to wait till 2 weeks go by so it can heal up? Do you got bruises on you, Warren, that we need to know about? Because what stopped you from doing an interview the day after? Why did you wait almost 2.5 weeks later to sit down and do an interview? Did some bruises has to clear up on your face? Those the type of answers that Officer Tatum need to be asking him. Officer Tatum sitting his big head ass down right there and allowing this motherfucker to go on a tangent, saying a bunch of irrelevant shit, because Officer Tatum don't care about the true family. It's all about the narrative, trying to paint these white devils out to be innocent, like they played no part in this. But they play every part in this, Officer Tatum. You is not going to move black people off our square. Warren know exactly what happened to him. The way his body language is, all that twitching, all that nervousness. Officer Tatum just sitting here and allow him to go on and go on and go on and not stopping him and making him answer your question directly.
Boats lined up off the island. I mean, there was 3 rows of boats all the way until my vision ended, until I could see.
We don't care.
Of people from, I mean, there was 1 row of boats, and then there was another row of boats.
We don't care.
There was a 3rd row of boats.
We don't care about all these boats and all the rows of the boats. Warren, and this is where Officer Tatum should have stopped him, even though we already know his play. Warren, me and the family don't give a damn about them other boats. Nolan wasn't on them other rows of boats and other rows of boats and other rows of boats. See, you trying to take the attention off you guys. Nolan was on your boat. Nolan wasn't seen on nobody else's boat. Nolan didn't return on nobody else's boat. Nolan was last seen with you guys, Warren. You bringing up other boats don't mean nothing. And I know Judge Cole told you to say this. Make sure that you go on this platform and tell them that it was thousands of other people out there and it was other boats, because he think black people are so stupid that it's going to register in our mind and say, well, maybe Nolan was in somebody else's boat. Maybe Nolan left our boat and went to the other rows of boats and rows of boats and rows of boats. Hey, Judge Ashley Cole, nice try. This is not going to work. We know Warren is very low IQ and he's a stupid individual with that big ass nose. But we know that this is you talking, Judge Cole. This is not him. He's stupid. He's a dumb hillbilly and a demonic and evil individual. This is you speaking right now. Because you stated in your statement on your Facebook, hey guys, Warren sat down and talked to the sheriff department and he cooperated fully. That's what you said. And then you said we need to take the attention off Warren and place the attention on the Nolan family. Yeah, our attention with them, but we also gonna keep our attention on this big nose motherfucker. He's not getting away with this. You crazy. Rows of boats and rows of boats. Salute to Virgo coming in with the $5 super chat. This raw chicken He's trying to exclude himself from being with Nolan. How did Nolan get to the beach? Exactly. That's all we want to know, Virgo. That's it, that all. You bringing up other boats is irrelevant to this. Because you haven't said that, hey, Nolan could have possibly went on somebody else's boat. Nobody said that Nolan was on somebody else's boat. He was last seen with you guys. Y'all said that y'all last seen him at 3 o'clock. And then y'all push it to 4:15. Thank you so much, Virgo, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you.
There was people lined up all up and down the island to where, I mean, who knows? I mean, and that wasn't just, we were parked on the north side, on the west tip. It wasn't just there. I mean, there's tons of people.
He said that was parked on the west side on the north tip. That's the exact same place that they picked Nolan's body up. On the north side, on the west tip of that lake. The exact location that Warren just stated in this interview, right? But he don't know what happened to Nolan. It was 4,000 people out there. It was rows of boats. It was rows of boats. It was rows of boats. But nobody seen Nolan. Nobody stated that Nolan went for a swim. So how the fuck can he drown if y'all didn't see him swim? The exact location that this monster just mentioned that we seen on the news was the exact location that the rescue team said they picked Nolan's body up. So how the hell did Nolan go for a swim in the exact spot that y'all was at? And they also stated, right, the rescue guy that did the interview said that Nolan's body didn't even look bloated, like he went swimming, like he drowned. But that's what they want to push out there to us, family, because they think we stupid. They really think we stupid. And sometimes I get frustrated because they really don't understand how smart and intelligent the family is. We're not going for this dumbass fucking interview of this lying ass big nose motherfucker lying, trying to excuse himself of what the fuck he did to our brother Nolan Wells. Are you crazy? Hey, white mainstream media, this is not going to work. Hey, Megyn Kelly, Po Chop, this is not going to work. Officer Tater Top, with your big ass titties sitting down there. This man right here is sitting down with a triple D. The same triple D that Po Chop got. Officer Tatum, you too damn grown to be sitting there with them damn titties poking out of that black shirt. I thought black's supposed to make you look slim. Why still see your titties poking out of that shirt, sir?
Packed out on the south side and on the east end and in the middle of the island. But just where we were, I mean, there was easily 1,000 people. He's
still talking about everybody else. He's still trying to convince us that it was so many people, right? And Officer Tatum, he's very low IQ and very dumb, so he's not going to stop him and say, hey, Mr. Big Nose, we heard what you said. We get it, bro. It was loads of boats. It was 1,000. It was 4,000. Now he said it was 1,000 people. At first, family, we just heard him say 4,000. Now he want to say 1,000. We get it, bro. We know. We seen cell phone video footage of a lot of people out there. So I'm trying to understand, why are you keep trying to tell us that it was lots of people out there? That really goes to our argument. Because if it was 1,000 people out there and where y'all parked at was the same location they picked his body up at, how ain't nobody see our brother Nolan Wells disappear in the wind? Is Nolan a magician or some shit? And not only that, when they left, it was still people out there. Nobody seen him. People was out there all night long, family. People was out there all night long. But ain't nobody see it. Let's keep cooking, family.
It wasn't just us.
Let's go back a little bit.
It wasn't just us. It wasn't just us. We don't give a fuck.
At the dock, getting on the boat, you're saying there's multiple people, probably 20 or 30 people getting on 3 boats.
Right.
What boat were you on and what boat was Nolan on?
Nolan was on Wyatt's 22 Triton on the way out. I went with my buddy Bart because we had a lot of friends from college coming down. And
okay, so he asked you the question, what boat was you and Nolan on? And Warren stated that Nolan was on another boat, and then he didn't even say where we was on that boat. He tried to exclude himself. I caught that, Mr. Big Nose. I caught you. He asked you what boat y'all was on. He didn't ask you what boat you leave with. He said what boat you was on. He said Nolan was on what boat, and the boat I left on was on my buddy Bart boat. He didn't ask you that. Is that nose covering up your brain and your thinking, Mr. Warren? Is that nose that goddamn big that you can't even answer a direct question, sir? He asked you what boat was you and Nolan on, not what boat you left with. You fucking idiot.
On the way out, I went with my buddy Bart because
Getting on the boat, you saying there's multiple people, probably 20 or 30 people getting on 3 boats.
Look at Officer Tatum's energy. Look at his demeanor. Look at his titties, by the way. That titties popping out of that black shirt. Black's supposed to make you look slim, but he's so goddamn fat and obese that them goddamn double D's popping out of that goddamn long sleeve shirt. He trying to look all casual and shit with them funk ass boots. But you can tell he's very cautious of what he's saying because he want to make sure he paint Warren in a good light. Who falls for this? I know you don't think black people is falling for this dumbass interview. Did you, Officer Tatum? I'm here to enlighten you. I'm here to speak for the family. We're not falling for this dumbass interview.
right.
What boat were you on and what boat was Nolan on?
What boat was you on and what boat was Nolan on? Guys, what he's trying to do is separate him from being with Nolan. What boat was you on and what boat was Nolan on? Now, they wasn't on 2 separate boats. Officer Tater Tot, Double D, they was on the same boat together. So don't try to split them up. Listen to the verbiage, family. They really think we this dumb. You fucking with the wrong elite class of black people over here. I'm sorry. You speaking to the wrong people over here. Don't separate him. They was on a boat together on their way to the lake. Pay attention, family. Listen to this.
The dock, getting on the boat. You saying there's multiple people, probably 20 or 30 people getting on 3 boats.
Right.
What boat were you on and what boat was Nolan on?
What boat was you on and what boat were Nolan's on? Listen to his response.
Nolan was on Wyatt's 22 Triton.
Nolan was on Watt's boat.
On the way out, I went with my buddy Bart.
On the way out, I went with my boy Bart. He didn't ask you on the way out, Mr. Big Nose. He asked you what boat you was on when y'all traveled to the island. Hey, Judge Cole, he fucking up. You might want to go get your belt. He's not staying on script. He can't answer direct questions, Judge Cole. I know you wrote this whole entire interview out. But you got to make sure that he answered the questions precise so he won't look suspicious, Judge Cole. And y'all trying to ask questions to try to separate him from our brother Nolan Wells when he was with him. He was with him. That picture shows us that he was with him. But he didn't ask you what boat you leave with. Look at this. Listen to this again, family.
Were you on and what boat was Nolan on?
Nolan was on.
Yeah, these are leading questions. These are leading questions. See, if we was in the courtroom, judge would be like, yeah, you can't do that. You can't lead the witness on. What boat was you on and what boat was Nolan on? No, they was on the same boat. Listen to his response.
Wyatt's 22 Triton. On the way out, I went with my buddy Bart.
On the way out.
We had a lot of friends from college coming down, and Bart, I called Bart that morning. I was like, hey, man, can you take your boat out? And he was like, yeah, well, my dad's decided not to go, and I'll take the boat, and I'll take you and your friends. Of course, I mean, he's a buddy of mine. And so Bart pulled up at the dock, and I mean, I rode out there with Bart, and a lot of the girls that go to college with my friends and I, and Nolan rode out on the Triton, and then we had a Palm Beach, 18 Palm Beach. There was 4 guys on that. There was like 8 people on the Triton, and then there was 8 or 9 people on the Triton, and then there was the rest of the group, which was ranged from maybe 10 to 15 or 16 people on my buddy's tide line, which is 24 tide line.
And so you guys get on, and I know a little bit more than the audience do because we went out there.
You don't know shit, motherfucker. You don't know none. You don't know more than we know. You don't know nothing. You think you went down there and you allowed these boys to sit here and lie to your face? Of course you're going to accept it, Officer Tatum. You are a race hustler. You are a rage baiter. You are a white supremacist ass kisser. You didn't go down there to seek the truth. You went down there to comfort and pander. You don't know shit. We know the exact same things that you know. Warren is not telling you nothing that he didn't tell the police. He don't have no information that don't make him look like a suspect. He's a lying piece of shit. And he participated, or he know who participated in doing that to our brother Nolan Wells. But we gonna find out, Warren. You fucked up by doing this interview. Because while he's trying to chop it up in a bunch of jump cuts, this is not going to make you look good, Warren, at all. You look very suspicious in this interview. But Nolan is your best friend. You grew up with him. You went to elementary, middle school, and high school with him. But you ain't spoke up for him not one time. Even during this interview, you haven't said rest in peace to him not one time. I send my condolences to the family. That should have been your first sentence before you even answered not one question. I would have said, yeah, before we get started, I want to say rest in peace to my dear friend Nolan Wells. I want to send my condolences to his family. And I know they're dealing with a lot of troubled times, so I hope this interview helped them. You just went straight and tried to separate yourself from Nolan. Trying to excuse yourself from anything that went on. Not one time have you uttered rest in peace to your friend that you said you grew up with, who family that you didn't even meet. But we supposed to take what he's saying in his interview serious? Fuck no. You should be in jail, Warren. All of y'all supposed to be locked up. But I won't be quiet until you motherfuckers are in handcuffs. Guarantee. You know what? I'm not even that far down there. I might take a trip down there. I'm in Memphis. I'm not even that far. What city they in Mississippi, family? I need to go down there.
Because I wanted to see exactly what the drive was like, what the dock was like, how far it is out there.
Of course.
But I want you to tell, the audience, like, what was this trip like? How was the waters? Did you guys...
Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are 600 strong in the building. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Salute to my channel members. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the trolls. I know you guys. I know... Before I started this live stream, I said, yeah, the trolls going to have a hard time in here. After you finish getting off your trolling material, it's going to be hard to stick around, right? Because I see a lot of y'all have already tapped out. Y'all saying, case closed, oh, he drowned. After you get done saying all that, it's really nothing else for you to say but just stick around and enjoy the show. I get it. I know why you here. I know why. I'm not even going to block y'all. I want y'all to stick around and watch what we do over here. Me and the family. Me and the family plays no fucking business over here. So while you getting your trolling material off, you're going to learn a lot on today's broadcast. So shout out to the trolls. Thank you for joining me on this evening. Make sure you hit that notification bell, trolls. I really want you guys to be committed to this because I want y'all over here as well, right? Because a lot of y'all run over there to Officer Tatum and y'all know that y'all just listen to a lot of black degenerate porn. But over here, you get the lesson. Thank you so much for joining me on this evening. Salute to the family. Let's get the likes up, family. Thank you so much.
Did you guys do anything in between the time you rode and the time you get to the island? Was there music? Is it like a big party? Like what
Salute to Nathaniel coming in with the $5 super chat. How much do you think he paid this guy for this interview? He grew up with Nolan, but you never visit his home. All cap on that. I don't think he paid him anything. I don't think he paid them anything. I think that the family knew that it was safe to do an interview with a Sambo. I think when the family did their due diligence on his background and they looked on his platform and said, oh, okay, he do a lot of black fatigue videos. We already racist. We don't like black people. So this would be a good idea, right? This would be a great idea. Instead of talking to the public, thank you so much, Nathaniel, for the $5 super chat. But I don't believe he paid him anything. I believe that he went to interview with somebody that was not going to hold him accountable. Because if you pay attention, Nathaniel, you seen a bunch of jump cuts, a lot of edits. He's slicing up the interview. He's allowing Warren to go on this long tangent and not answer direct questions. He's giving him leading questions by saying, what boat did Nolan go on and what boat did you go on? He's trying to separate Warren from the altercation. But by intelligent that we are going to keep the focus on this clown. Let's get it, family. Thank you so much, Nathaniel. I appreciate you, bro.
Is that?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously music's blasting. It's 4th of July, man. I mean, you know how, I mean, everybody's really excited. And I mean, we had a lot of people loaded down. So obviously our biggest, you know, we're just trying to make sure everybody, you know, gets out there
shout out
safe.
to Memphis
And,
lady in the building.
so, I mean,
shout out to you,
on the way
M-Town
out
all
there,
day.
It was pretty calm. I think it was blowing like
Ocean
3 or 4 knots.
Ocean City.
The waters were clear.
Ocean City, New Biloxi, Mississippi. I think where Nolan lived. Oh, okay. So they're about 5 hours away from me. Shout out to Nathaniel coming back in with the $2 super chat. You ain't winning if the trolls ain't trolling. Exactly, Nathaniel. Exactly. I want them in here today. I'm going to allow them. I am going to give them a free pass to hang around the family and the team. This is a free day pass to be around all this black excellence and listen to Black Daddy put belt to ass to their community. Welcome to the trolls. Welcome. I appreciate you guys for joining me on this evening. This is the live show on YouTube, trolls. Don't go anywhere. Shout out to Nathaniel coming back with the $2 super chat. I seen the edit. It was a jump cut. Yeah, they think we done. They think we dumb, Nathaniel. They think we stupid. When he did this video and he edited it, he like, yeah, I'm gonna cook. Oh, I got they ass with this one. Yeah, No, sir. Absolutely not. Thank you so much, Nathaniel.
It was a great day to be on the water. Sunshine, not cloudy at all. And I mean, it was a great day to be out there on 4th of July.
Bro,
and,
what this got to do with anything, bro?
We followed each other out, and I mean, it was calm. It was calm. On the way back, it was a little more rough, but it was not anything all my buddies' boats couldn't handle, or like it wasn't like we were getting really beat up or anything. I mean, it was pretty calm.
And so you guys get out there. I'm assuming that you line the boats up, because I'm envisioning the picture of getting out there and there's hundreds of boats. Mm-hmm. There's thousands of people.
Yeah.
It's thousands of people. It's hundreds of boats. They repeated this about 50 times already. Warren stated it was 4,000 people. Then he decreased it to 1,000. Then he said it was a row of boats, a row of boats, a row of boats. And now Officer Tatum saying, I'm trying to picture it. It's a lot of boats and thousands of people. And guess what, Officer Tatum? Nobody saw shit.
So it wasn't just you guys on a deserted island with
Of course not.
a few people. This is thousands of people out there.
Right.
And there's a lot of people doing what? What does it look like when you first pull up?
I pull up, and we pulled up at 10:30. I mean, it wasn't, early afternoon. I mean, it wasn't, but 10:30 is, it's still pretty early in the day. And when we got there was already 3 rows of boats lined up all the way, like I said, until
what's up with
I
these
could
rows
see,
of
and,
boats? Like, why is we keep hearing about rows of boats? We don't care nothing about these rows of boats. It's irrelevant. And how did Nolan get left behind if all these damn boats were still out there and they was out there partying all night long, drinking, doing whatever they doing, but somehow Nolan didn't make it back? Because the whole island didn't leave at the same time. People was out there all night long. But all these rows of boats, and Nolan couldn't find his way back home, but y'all did. Okay.
When you say all you can see, you're speaking about miles.
Yeah.
Of boat. When we went out there earlier, earlier today, but when we went out there, the island is massive.
What
Correct.
the fuck is they
it's
talking
several
about?
miles long.
Roughly 10
What
to
is they
12
talking
miles.
about?
I mean, it's...
So do you think that the boats were stretching from one end to the next, or just a small area of about a mile?
Yeah, I saw it, Angie. I saw it. We're going to go over a little bit of it after this video.
There was boats all the way around the entire island, but I think some spots were more popular than others. Like the West Tip is usually very, very crowded on the 4th of July. And everybody knows that, so that's where a lot of people park because they want to be around other people. And the East End's a little more, there's not as many people, but there's still a lot of boats out there. I mean, it's not like every area of Horn Island was covered, 100%.
Wow. So you get out there, y'all jump out. What do? When I say jump out, you obviously not just sitting on the boat.
I ain't gonna travel down there, y'all. I ain't gonna travel down there.
What exactly are people doing there? Like, are you spinning?
And I want you to pay attention to this question right here. All of this is scripted, right? The questions is scripted. The answers is scripted. These are not random questions that Warren is being asked that he just got to think about at the top of his head. He know the answers to this. This is a leading question. Every question that Officer Tater Tot asks Warren has already been discussed. So the question he just asked him, what is going on out there? What is everybody doing? Pay attention, family.
What do you do? You know, when I say jump out, you obviously not just sitting on the boat. The island is there. Like, what exactly are people doing there? Like, are you spending more time in the water, on the island, in the boat? Like, how is that look out there?
I mean, everybody, as soon as you get there, I mean, there's people on boats, grabbing drinks and, food, whatever else. So, I mean, everybody is fully prepared for the 4th of July. They bring, all the drinks and food that they need because, I mean, they've been preparing for 4th for a little while now. But when we got there, I helped my buddies tie the boats up because the tie line was right here, the Palm Beach was in the middle, and then the Triton was on the outer side.
Bro, this shit right here is so crazy. This interview.
There was about a drop off from where the bow was. I mean, if you jumped off the bow, you were probably about neck deep in water. But if you got off the stern, you were probably waist deep in water. I mean, but when we got there, we tied up, got, bow and rear anchor set, and we tied up all the boats, made sure they were good, and everyone just got on the water. And then eventually, next thing you know, it's our group. And then, next thing you know, there's 50 other people around us. And then it just grew and grew as the day came on. And, I mean, that's just how it was. Everybody's drinking, I mean, it's 4th of July. Everyone's just trying to enjoy themselves. And, it's a big party, basically. Big party.
Yeah, so y'all pretty much having a good time.
Look at his face. He know that all this is bullshit that he's doing. Look at this fake ass smirk. He know what question is coming next. He know what this is leading up to, family. I want you to pay attention to this because Officer Tatum is very dumb, very low IQ. As long as, Warren is very stupid. A dumb idiot hillbilly, don't have no brain cells, very dumb, come from a dumb, low IQ community. Listen to the question that he just said.
Enjoy themselves, and, it's a big party, basically. Big party.
Yeah, so y'all pretty much having a good time. Just like anybody would imagine, 18-year-olds, probably 20-year-olds, college students, out on the island, women, you probably had alcohol. So y'all having a good time.
There it go. There it go.
Where's Nolan in this?
He said y'all probably have alcohol, having a good time. So where's Nolan?
You guys out there, the friend group.
The question was, where is Nolan? Let me make sure that you guys heard that question. I want you guys to see me. The question was, where was Nolan? He didn't ask no other question outside of that. He said, y'all probably was out there drinking, having a good time, doing what college, kids do, just. And then his follow-up question was, where is Nolan? Period. Let's keep going.
Groups out there, 3 boats full of people that came out there that seemed to be the closest friend group.
Right.
Where is Nolan in this in comparison to where you and others are at?
Well, I had a couple conversations with Nolan that day, and I talked to him and a couple of my other buddies. In a group, I was not focused on anyone solely, looking and pointing anyone out, because
this is
there's
the
so
money,
many people
bro.
out there. I mean,
this
I was
is
talking
the money.
to my friends that I haven't seen in a while from high school. I was talking from people I knew from college. I was talking to, everybody my age, and even people older than us were, over there. I mean, it was just a regular thing. We're all used to this. We've been outside.
Bro, he asked you, where is Nolan at? But of course, he have to read his lines.
Or my buddies don't just go out to the island on 4th of July, but they go out, every weekend. And I fish the islands. I don't just, fish around Horn Island. I fish around Ship Island too. So I'm very familiar with the islands. And I feel like it was just a big, I talked to Nolan, and Nolan was drinking. Everybody was drinking. Most of everybody.
So he had to make sure that he throw that in, family. Nobody asked him. I told you guys, this was the leading question. So all that babbling was just to deflect and throw you off. The real answer to that question, where was Nolan? Not to really tell you where Nolan was at, because he didn't tell you where Nolan's at. He had to go on this tangent talking about I don't keep my eyes on nobody. I don't know where's everybody at. It's everybody this is a normal thing. But hey, guys, Nolan was drinking. Yeah, guys, I went, I tied up the boat, and next you know, I did a somersault in the ocean, and I had a beer. But hey, Nolan was drinking. He made sure that we know that Nolan was drinking. Nobody asked him that. Officer Tatum didn't ask him that, but he had made sure that he highlighted that Nolan Wells was under the influence. This is evil, and this guy is willing to throw his best friend, so-called best friend, under the bus to save his own ass. Save his own ass. He's gonna throw Nolan. This is y'all white friends, by the way. These are your white friends. These are the white people that y'all defend every single day on the platform. Y'all love y'all white friend. Not all white people. Not all white people do this. He wanted to make sure he highlighted, hey, no, he was drinking. He could have got drunk. And, you know, because all the white people out here, all the racist white people out here is trying to already label this death of drowning with no evidence. No, he got drunk and he fell in the lake and he drowned. So Warren wanted to make sure that he doubled down on it. Hey, he was drinking. Something could happen. You know, when you get drunk, a lot of shit happen. He wanted to make sure that he highlight like that, family. We're not done. We caught this shit. You fucking idiot. Shout out to Nathaniel coming in with the $10 super chat. So let me get this right. If it was hundreds of boats and thousands of people, why didn't you call one of your friends to tow y'all instead of calling the tow company to tow y'all back to land? That's a good fucking question. That's a good question, Nathaniel. Because they didn't need a tow, Nathaniel. It was a cover up. It was a alibi. That's what the 911 call was for. It was an alibi. Because they tried to make sure they covered their ass. So they can say, like, everybody was fine. They wanted to be on record saying that everybody was good when they was on the boat. They wanted it on record. So they can't say, like, we don't know. You heard the 911 call. We told y'all that everybody was good. So why y'all looking at us as suspects? Nolan was okay when he was last seen by us. And he wanted to make sure that he let the public know that Nolan was drinking. These are demonic, evil individuals. Thank you so much, Nathaniel, for your $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Sick individuals.
And I mean, Nolan seemed completely fine every time I talked to him. We had just regular conversations, and you know, Nolan was making me laugh.
Shout out to Valencia coming in with the $5 cash out for Gentleman Den. Thank you so much, Valencia. I appreciate you, love. Thank you so much for that.
I had a couple conversations with Nolan and Javon, Nolan and my buddy James, Nolan, and I mean, I could tell you, I mean, I talked to Nolan a couple times, but it wasn't like I was strictly sitting there.
That's a good question. Who bought the alcohol? You 19 years old, Warren. What you doing drinking? This against the law. Hey, the sheriff down there in Biloxi, you need to put out a warrant for Warrant's arrest. Underage drinking. Why is he drinking? He admitted to drinking. He admitted to underage drinking. You need to lock him up and put this misdemeanor charge on him. He admitted to a crime. And his lawyer is sitting behind the camera listening to him admit and confess to a crime of underage drinking. And Officer Tatum ain't even, being a elder, Officer Tatum said, you know, y'all young men shouldn't be drinking. Y'all too young to be drinking. Y'all ain't even 21 years old yet. He just sitting there laughing, talking about some, yeah, you know how y'all just having a good time doing what college students doing. But the thing is, Officer Tatum, they not of age to be drinking alcohol. Nolan was 18. He's 19. He should be going to jail. He should have a warrant out for his arrest for admitting to a crime on social media. Lock him up.
Talking to Nolan the whole day. I mean, there was hundreds of people I knew out there. So,
yeah. And Nolan said something interesting. You told me about this. Something he said to you,
jump cut,
I would say would be indicative of y'all's friendship.
Right.
And then he also mentioned
this interview shouldn't even like, why all these it's like 4 jump cuts. This supposed to just be played out. This supposed to be a genuine conversation. This shouldn't even be edited. It's so many jump cuts and trying to make Warren repeat what he just said because he know he probably, you know, said something to get his ass locked up and you had to edit it out. Officer Tatum, this was a stupid interview on your behalf. You think that this make these boys look innocent? You were so excited to get on your platform and say, hey, black folks, y'all owe them an apology. They innocent. They his best friends. But you had to jump cut through the interview. You had to edit shit out. You giving him leading questions.
Something to you about that particular day and what it meant to him.
Right.
And could you share that?
Right. Yeah. So Nolan and my buddy Javon are talking, and I grew up with Nolan, and
he grew up with Nolan.
Nolan's, just all, like I said, like just so joyful, like always happy. Like every picture I have with Nolan or picture I have of Nolan, he's smiling. I mean, like he's always happy. If I always need like a shed of light, I'm calling Nolan, and Nolan and I laugh and joke a lot. Like that's how our friend group is. We're really jokingly laugh. No one takes anything that serious. We enjoy our time together. I mean, there's never any awkwardness within our friend group. We're very, very tight. So
Nolan is not your friend. Nolan is not your friend, sir. You have not said rest in peace to Nolan not one time. Officer Tatum, disgusting ass, haven't even said rest in peace. Because he's grifting. He's the true definition of a race hustler. April Chapman too, Megan Kelly, Nancy Grace, all of y'all are race hustlers. But y'all projecting that onto us because we standing on business behind our people, and we are not allowing y'all to push these false narratives and these bullshit lies. Warren is guilty 1,000% because if he wasn't guilty, he wouldn't be sitting down with a raccoon like you. He would be in the forefront. It wouldn't took him 2 weeks to speak to the public. But on this broadcast, he repeatedly said that Nolan was his brother. He grew up with him, his best friend. But you're not going to say rest in peace to your best friend? You're not going to say I give my condolences to his friend, his parents, and I hope he get justice? Where is it? He should be on this interview saying, hey, I'm demanding that Nolan get justice. I am looking and I'm concerned and I want to know what happened to my best friend, my brother that I grew up with, who parents that I never met, by the way. I never been over to their house, but he's my best friend. A wolf in sheep clothing, family.
Off my chest or talk to anybody. I'm talking to all my friends. I'm not just talking to like specifically anybody. I would go out, like even if I'm having issues with something, I go talk to my group chat, and my guys are there to, give me a hand anytime I need it. And all my guys are,
family, laugh at the trolls. Just laugh at them, family. That's all y'all gotta do. Just laugh at their stupid ass. Way.
If you ever need something, I'm here, man. Like that's how he was. So.
And then you guys get ready to leave prematurely.
Right.
And like what, explain that, because you guys got there around 10.
Yeah.
It's now 4:30.
Right.
People are still out there partying and they're having a good time, but something happened to where it
exactly,
necessitated you guys to get the boat up and running. Can you explain that?
Yeah. So
part 2. See, this is grifting right here. Why are you chopping up this video? Why are you breaking down, chopping up these damn interview? And then you blurring out their faces. We already know how they look. This was a waste of time. This was a bunch of babble. And this didn't even help Warren's case. This actually made him look even more suspicious. Even more suspicious. This didn't help Warren's case. Warren is a racist piece of shit, and he deserved to be in jail. He does. Look at the eyes of this. Don't look at this. Not an innocent individual, family. He's not innocent. He either participate in what happened to Nolan, allegedly, or he know what happened. I think both. Because why did it took you 3 weeks, Warren? If you didn't do nothing wrong, why did it take you 3 weeks to come speak on the behalf of your best friend? That you said, hey, we brothers. He always hung out at our house. But y'all brothers sit here calling him the N-word and calling black people worthless? You haven't said rest in peace to your friend not one time. But that's your black friend. No, Warren, you're guilty. You sat down and did a scripted interview and thought this was going to make you look good to the public. You know what you should have did, Warren, if you was innocent. If you was innocent, even though we know you're not. This is what you should have did, Warren. The day that he went missing, when y'all called the rescue team to go out there to look for Nolan Biley, you know what you should have did as his childhood friend, as his brother? You should have put on a life vest and went on that boat and helped that rescue team look for your brother, your friend, because you knew exactly where he was at the last time you saw him. You should have went to the local news in your city and spoke to them and gave them every information that you know. You should have went to the press conferences and stood side by side with the parents if Nolan was your brother. You should have never deleted your social media. You should have went live on Instagram or Facebook, whatever platform that you had, and speak to the public and not make yourself look suspicious by deleting your social media. But he's your brother. He's your brother. But the first thing you do is delete your social media, and then all of y'all go get lawyers. You haven't even been charged with none, Warren. Why do you have a lawyer? Why do you have a lawyer? Did you do something wrong? Enlighten us. Come on your social media and tell us how much you care about Nolan. Don't tell us about boats and rows of boats that has nothing to do with Nolan. Because not one time in this first interview, it's a second part, we going to review it, but I'm pretty sure that it's a bunch of babble any goddamn way. Salute to Rogers coming in with the $5 super chat. Let stupid remain stupid. They are exposing themselves. Exactly, Roger. And we calling that bullshit out. This is no innocent man here, ladies and gentlemen. The body language exposed him. He was very uncomfortable. He was babbling so long because he had to remember his lines. He was asked leading questions because he had to remember what to say. Hey, where was the last time you seen Nolan? Nolan was drinking. Nigga, what? Nigga, we didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you was he participating in underage drinking. I asked you where was Nolan when y'all got off the boat. You telling me goddamn he was drinking. I would have asked you was Nolan drinking. I didn't ask you that. But this is your brother. And this is the reason why these trolls are in the chat champing out right now, losing their minds, because they cannot accept the truth. See, accountability is tough for these trolls over here, family. Clap it up for the trolls in the building. I told them that this show, and we just getting started. We got a lot to discuss here. It ain't over. We got a lot to discuss, family. Shout out to Mighty Me coming in with the $2 super chat. Let's go. Always on point. Thank you so much, Mighty Me. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for contributing to the platform. You are the real MVP. See, family, I want you to ignore the trolls. Just have them talking to themselves in a chat room. Just ignore them. Laugh at them. Throw some laughing emojis. Tag them. Throw some laughing emojis. Because they don't know what to do with this smoke over here. They don't know what to do. They used to lies. So when they come over here, they have a Mayo attack, because we know these are mediocre white boys that's in the comment section losing their minds. Because they don't want nobody to reveal the mask that they had. See, Warren is revealing his mask, family. He's an evil, demonic individual. He's not innocent whatsoever. He started off the interview lying. He didn't give his condolence to Nolan. He didn't shed a tear. He didn't ask the question, hey, I want to know. He didn't make the statement, family. I want to know what happened to my brother Nolan. He didn't say that not one time, but he cared about Nolan. I want to get to the bottom of what happened to my friend that I grew up with. Didn't mention that not one time. Didn't shed a tear. But just sat there like a robot repeating what he was told to say through this whole entire interview. While that evil, demonic individual, Officer Tater Tots, sit there and allow him to play in his face. But this was the play the whole time. Hey, Officer Tatum, this is a dumb interview, by the way. This was stupid. This is not this interview, right? I see you almost at 500,000 views, right? So you getting what you wanted to do, right? You getting off what you wanted to do. But Warren, I don't know why you allow Officer Tatum to expose you like this, sir. You look very dumb in this damn interview. Very stupid. And this did not help your case. Salute to Hot Honey coming in with the $10 super chat. Didn't the GPS say they arrived to the island after 11 a.m.? Yet he said they got there at 10. But when watching you for the past 3 weeks, love how you stand on business and rep our people, King. Thank you so much. And you correct. And you seen how Officer Tatum didn't bring up the GPS, Hot Honey. He didn't bring that up not one time. We got timestamps of the travel and the movement of the boats. That's why I said this interview was a failure. They think we stupid. But shout out to Hot Honey coming in with the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, love. Shout out to Memphis Lady coming in with the $5 super chat. I find it strange we didn't hear wind or boats passing, waving, hitting a boat, or background noise, or conversations. That's very suspicious, Memphis Lady. Very suspicious. Everything about this case is suspicious, but we're going to stay on top of it. We're not going to play. We don't care about the trolls being mad in the chat. Y'all can stay mad. We don't give a damn. We don't give a damn. Belt to ass season. We're not playing. Y'all think y'all finna get away with this shit? You crazies. You crazy. So now, family, I want to hear Judge Mathis, right? Judge Mathis weighed in on the Nolan Wells case. And he had a few interesting things to say. But shout out to the family. Shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening. Make sure you guys get the likes up. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Become a channel member, family. Support the work we got going on over here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Salute to the trolls. I told you guys, you're going to have a hard time on this evening. The trolling won't work. Save your time spamming my chat with your trolling material. Just sit back and watch. I'm going to show you how it's done.
Judge Mathis, happy to have you back.
Yeah, Nathaniel, I read it. I read it, Nathaniel. You ain't see me read it? Hold on, let me go back. Yeah, I read it. I'm going to read it again for you, Nathaniel. So let me get this right. If hundreds of boats and thousands of people, why didn't you call one of your friends to tow y'all instead of calling the tow company if y'all wanted to be towed back to land? Yeah, I read it, Nathaniel. I covered it. Salute to Jerome coming in with the $5 super chat. A real friend would never, ever, ever, ever hurt or kill somebody ever. Ever. And not only that, Jerome, a true friend would not ever sit down with somebody that denigrate their people. Warren sat down with a man that degrade his best friend's people. Warren seen Officer Tatum content. He seen how Officer Tatum get down. But he decided to sit down and do an interview. Really? Thank you so much, Jerome, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Let's get into what Judge Mathis got to say.
Man.
Thanks for having me back.
Yes, indeed. Had to bring you back on, man. There's so much going on with this Nolan Wells case. I'm still catching up with the details. So, I wanted to bring you back on and get your take on it. For the people that may not be familiar with the case.
Thank you. Shout out to Patrice coming in with the $10 super chat. Didn't say nothing, just showing love as always. Thank you so much, Patrice. I appreciate you. You are the real MVP. Salute to you, Patrice.
Can you break it down?
Yeah, certainly. Nolan, a black man, went
shout out to the gifts
on a boat ride.
Thank you guys for the gifts.
Pretty much resort island, not necessarily, just a fun island off the coast of Mississippi. And 4 of them left and went and had fun, and only 3 returned.
Right.
They then found Nolan dead. His 3 friends that he had come with in the boat had gone and left in the boat and claimed that Nolan stayed behind
right
by himself.
Shout out to Hot Honey for becoming a channel member. Thank you so much, Hot Honey, for joining the team, joining the family. Thank you so much. Your presence is welcome here. Your presence, Hot Honey, is needed here. Thank you so much for joining the team. Thank you so much for joining the family. I appreciate you, Hot Honey. Let's get it.
And additionally, however, and this is where the first question comes in with me, they say he left his cell phone.
And keys.
They have his cell phone. They had it in their possession. Okay, so if your buddy says to you, I'm leaving, you all go back. I'm staying by myself.
Right.
No friends, just me wandering around.
And Warren and Officer Tater Tot said that it was boats, or loads of boats, 4,000 people, 1,000 people, 300 people. They all over the goddamn timetable. They don't know what number they want to choose. But ain't nobody see Nolan. If Nolan drowned, obviously y'all are stating that Nolan was out there swimming. So all those loads of boats should have seen Nolan jumping in water. And this imaginary woman that Katie, that he wanted to stand back to. Have you guys realized that Warren didn't mention in this first clip? And I understand this is a second part. But this girl, Katie, why Warren didn't bring up Katie? That's very interesting.
And then you see that he had left his cell phone. So you say, in the boat. And instead of taking it back to a friend who's on the island by himself.
Uh-huh.
And by the way, did you ask him how he was getting home?
They didn't care.
So instead of going back, you couldn't be that far off because the phone right in the boat.
Shout out to LCL for becoming a channel member. Thank you so much, LCL. I appreciate you for joining the family, joining the team. Your presence, your energy is needed over here. We are building an army. We are building soldiers, and we are standing on business about our people. It's time to go to war. It's time to lace up your boots. Thank you so much, LCL, for joining the team, joining the family. I appreciate you.
Say an hour or two. If you're a real friend, you'll drive back on that recreational hour or two on the boat, having fun, to give your man his phone.
But that wasn't the scenario. That's the lie that they presented, Judge. That's the lie that they presented. They didn't give a damn. I don't even believe that he was left at that island. I believe he went back with them, and they placed them because on the GPS, Judge, they seen them going back and forth to the island. But Warren and Judge Cole stated that they left. But when the GPS came out, they went at least 3 trips back and forth to the island. They had numerous of opportunities to get Nolan his cell phone and his car keys. People saying, hey, it wasn't no service there. I don't give a fuck if it ain't no service. I would rather have my phone with me than give my phone to somebody else. And not only that, everybody out there recording. You want to record hanging out and chilling with your friend on the 4th of July. You think Nolan, an 18-year-old young man, didn't want to Snapchat and Instagram what he was doing out there? Stop playing with us.
Because if he's out there by himself, no question about it, 90% white in the state of Mississippi that has a history of demonizing and black men and killing them in the civil rights era. Most of the civil rights killings occurred in Mississippi, including Medgar Evers, including our dear young brother from Mississippi who was killed, and several others. And so we know that Mississippi has a history of demonizing and marginalizing black men. And so the question became, what is the investigation going to be? Well, the police immediately accepted the version of the 3 young men that returned. Now, here you are, you're supposed to be the police. And I just deduced it. And I deduced it not just now, but I had deduced it immediately after seeing it in the media. And I'm not an investigator, I'm a lawyer and a judge, but an investigator, that is a police investigator / detective, has investigative techniques that would have immediately thrown into question what occurred. And common sense throws into question what occurred. And that's where we're at now. And there's some actions being taken by Ben Crump. I've spoken with him.
Get the lights up,
he's on top of it. And the family has the questions raised. Again.
And you see everybody just want to attack Ben Crump right now. Everybody want to put the focus on Ben Crump. Everybody want to talk about Ben Crump. But they do not want to keep the focus on Warren and Watt and the rest of these boys that was last seen with Nolan Wells. But everybody want to pocket watch Ben Crump. Everybody talking about this imaginary lawsuit that haven't even been presented or talked about. So that's slander, April Chapman, Officer Tater Tot, Mr. Potato Head. That's slander what y'all doing right now to this family. Nobody brought up a lawsuit. But all y'all got right now is talking points and pocket watching.
Why would he leave his cell phone? Because it had to be voluntary. And then voluntarily stay on an island by himself.
Salute to Free Thinking for becoming a channel member. Thank you so much, Free Thinking, for becoming a channel member. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining the family. Thank you for joining the team. We appreciate you, Free Thinking. We need you over here. We are building an army. We are too strong. We are too powerful right now. We are more unified than ever, and we will not be distracted at all. You can't run no interference over here. All that babble, all those talking points, black on black crime, Chicago, none of that shit will work with the elite class of black people that we building over here. It's very dangerous. The family over here is very dangerous. When we unify like this, it's very, very dangerous, and they don't like it. But you're going to have to deal with this work that we got coming for you and the mainstream media. Thank you again, Free Thinker, for becoming a member. Shout out to Marlon coming in with the $10 super chat. Tate up throwing softball questions and Nolan's so-called friends not being at the funeral or even saying rest in peace are both crazy work. Rest in peace, Nolan Wells. Rest in peace, baby Cyrus. Shout out to Judge Mathis. Salute to you, Marlon. And I stated that as well, Marlon. The first words that should have came out of his mouth was, first of all, I just want to say before we get started on this interview is rest in peace to my brother, my best friend, my childhood friend, Nolan Wells. He didn't say none of that, Marlon. He just went straight into his babble. And he didn't say I send my condolences to the mother. All he did was go get a lawyer, waited till after 2 weeks after the funeral to speak about what happened. And not only that, he sat down with Officer Tatum, the exact motherfucker that degrade people that look like his brother, Nolan Wells. Warren sat down with a man that degrade people that share the same complexion as his brother. He should have said, I don't want to interview with you, bro. Look at your platform. You degrade black people all day long. My best friend, my childhood best friend is black. Why would I sit down and interview with you? Because Warren is a piece of shit, and he's a racist, and he's a suspect in my books. Thank you so much, Marlon, with the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Shout out to Christina coming in with the $100 super chat. Family, I don't know if Christina rich. Christina stay coming in going crazy with the support. She states, what about the fact that Nolan had all of his main organs removed? So the medical examiner, Dr. Turner, had Nolan bodies first, and she did her autopsy, and she knew that Benjamin Crumpner was doing an independent autopsy, so she sent Nolan's body off to Washington to get an independent autopsy with no organs or no throat. And everybody talking about Benjamin Crump just gave a bunch of nothing burgers today. Just a bunch of nothing. It didn't prove nothing. How the fuck would he know that Nolan didn't have a throat or any organs in his body? Why did Dr. Turner not send Nolan's organs and his throat back? For even saying that is diabolical. Not send his throat with the body, and you had it first, and all of a sudden they got results. They got results that fast. But Dr. Stacy, that known for not, dealing with Black Death, not ruling it a homicide, got Nolan's throat and his organ, which is crazy. Shout out to you, Christina, for coming in with the $100 super chat. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for showing up every single day, showing up and showing out like you do as always. I appreciate you. But can we just talk about what Christina just brought up for a second, family? Can we just discuss that? Because I want to harp on it, right? And I want to make sure I want to bring this picture up right here. The chief medical examiner in Mississippi has never ruled a mysterious black death a homicide, right? She knew the family had this independent autopsy scheduled. She had every opportunity to do whatever she had to do her research on the organ, the throats, and she still have yet to even come out and say anything, which is crazy. 7 days she had that body. 7 days before his body was shipped out to Washington. And you wasn't going to inform them that you got the damn throat with you? You didn't inform them that they had the organ. So the medical examiner out there in Washington couldn't do a thorough, examination on Nolan's body to come up with a cause of death because she got the damn throat and the organs. How you gonna send this boy body out there to Washington knowing that examiner need his organs and his throat? This woman that y'all looking at on the screen, this is the woman that's doing Nolan Wells' autopsy. A woman that never ruled a black death a homicide. After getting beat from police, a mysterious somehow black people know how to tie themselves up and hang from a tree at the same time. I don't know, family. I guess we just that supreme. We know how to tie ourselves up, climb up on a tree like Tarzan and hang ourselves. But hey, Dr. Turner said, undetermined death, no foul play. No foul play. But this is who's dealing with Nolan Wells' autopsy right now. But everybody out here want to critique Benjamin Crump on today, talking about it was a nothing burger. He just said a bunch of nothing. How would Benjamin Crump know that Nolan's body didn't have a throat or his organs? How would he know that? That shocked him. He even stated that in an interview that the family was surprised when they found out his organs wasn't in his body. Miss Turner didn't even inform nobody that she took his damn throat. Smelling real fishy, Miss Turner. Shout out to Tired of This coming in with the $10 super chat. Keep up the work. Keep digging. Stay on point. Don't ask questions, the right questions. This is BS. Absolutely. Tired of doing this. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Shout out to Earn Will coming in with the $5 super chat. People need to be pulling up to that medical examiner house. Hey, knock, knock. Hey, what the fuck going on with Nolan Wells? Yeah, we had to pull up on you because it's taking you too long to figure out what you gonna do. Yeah, what's going on with Nolan Wells? That's what we want to know. We came to your office. You was never there. You telling the front clerk that you ain't there. We need to set an appointment. We need to see what's going on with you, ma'am. We don't want to cause you no harm. We want you to do your job the correct way, but it's kind of suspicious, Miss Turner, that every time my people wind up unalive, beating, hung from a tree, magically drowning, you never label their death a homicide. Shout out to Christina coming back in with the $100 super chat. Christina does no playing. And I hope the trolls, I hope everybody watching, Ringo TV, I hope you watching too. Shout out to Christina coming in with the $100 super chat. I'm wondering, do they unalive him for his organs from the beginning? Something isn't right. That's for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely, Christina, because him not having a throat, because you got to think about this too, Christina. Miss Turner, Dr. Turner, that's on this case, that's doing the examination on his body, she know that the other examiner needs those organs and that throat that she got over there holding hostage. She know that doctor need that. So why did she say, hey guys, give me a second. I'm still doing some research. I'm still doing some examination on the throat and the organs. So can you guys give me a second? Can you guys give me a second? Because I still have his throat. I'm still doing a lot of research right now. Dr. Turner said she just shipped off the body and didn't even tell nobody that she got the organs and shit. And then the examination said, that's common. That's common. No. We're trying to do a thorough investigation. If we I would have been good to just wait. I would have just waited. I would have been saying, you know what? Let's not ship his body out right now. Let's wait till Dr. Turner get done what she doing. because we don't want to waste our time shipping the body all the way to Washington and she got the goddamn organs. So let's be patient. But shout out to Christina coming in with the $100 super chat. Thank you so much, Christina. You are the real MVP. I appreciate you. Let's keep working, family.
Without telling them why. A lot of questions there, a lot of holes in it, and that's what that grand jury is going to look into. That's the good news.
Yeah, I don't know. Christina Christina is one of the rich ones. I told y'all it's the elite class of black people over there. Christina on that top tier level of elite. Christina don't play no games.
That definitely don't make no sense. So why would he give his phone to his friend? And I heard that his mom, she had to find out by using an app that his friend had his phone after it was reported that he was missing.
Very suspicious, correct. And then there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of unanswered questions.
I don't understand
there's
why,
allegedly an altercation that took place, and I think they say there may be some footage of it.
Yep.
Some have been AI generated, various things, so we don't really know what's true or not. But I think they have eyewitnesses, and that's where the investigation should go. Were there eyewitnesses that saw any type of altercation? Is there video? There's cameras everywhere. You can't.
But Warren just stated in the interview with Officer Tater Tot, Judge Mathis, that it was loads of boats. It was 4,000 people. It was thousands of people. It wasn't just them. So nobody know. It's no witnesses, Judge. Nobody coming forward and saying that they seen Nolan jump in the water and go swimming. Warren even stated in the interview that they got off the boat and they indulged in drinking. Right? He wanted to make sure he let us know that Nolan was drinking. Right? He wanted to separate. God damn. Christina coming back with the $100 super chat. Christina is like y'all rich. Christina is like the rich auntie of the family. Like she like the rich auntie. Cause Christina is like she the real queen. Shout out to Christina coming in with the $100 super chat. If his organs are returned, will they be Nolan's? That's a good question. Like, how can you spot out like these are Nolan's? Or all of this, Christina, is suspicious as hell. Because if she needed more time, if she just needed more time to do what she needs to do, she should have informed Benjamin Crump them. Hey, Benjamin Crump, I'm still doing something with the organs in his throat. Give me some time. Give me another week or two, and I will be able to ship off his body along with his organs. And she know that examiner out there in Washington need the evidence that she got. He need the photos that she got. Because she had to take pictures of the dead body. She had that man's body for over a week. And she allowed that body to go to Washington because she knew that they wasn't going to find nothing beside the bruise on the back of his head, which we need answers to. The bruise on the back of his head, we need answers to that. Thank you so much, Christina, for the $100 super chat. That's a good question. And now, hold on. I just thought about something. Y'all remember this Facebook post? Can I show you guys this Facebook post? Do you guys mind if I read this Facebook post? It says, and this is alleged, by the way, I cannot confirm or deny what I'm about to read. It states, Nolan Wells update. After the after party on land, Nolan was fighting with Watt over his phone and was winning. The other guys jumped in and smashed Nolan's head with a pole and unalivened him. Now, family, what did Benjamin Crump show during the press conference this morning? He showed that it was red lining in the back of Nolan's head, like he was bruised back there. Like he was bruised. And right here on this, one of the people that was there, allegedly they was there, they said the guys jumped him and smashed his head with a pole and unalivened him. Then they beat and burned the body to destroy evidence, carrying him face down back to Horn Island. around 3 a.m. Around 3 a.m., came back home to wash out the boat. There's video and witnesses. Grand jury pleas. The guys panicked, knowing multiple of them was involved. Now using a suspect mom that's a judge for their protection. What Nolan didn't realize is that those friends were closer to what? Shout out to Miss Carmen coming in with the $10 super chat. Christina's just a show off. Yeah, Christina be showing off on those po folks. Christina just got to pop her head in and say, you know what, family? Bang. Yeah, that's how we show up for the family. We don't play no games. We don't play no game. Christina is showing this is how you show up for the family. This is how you do it. This is why they mad, family. This is people like Christina is the reason why these Sambos is mad out here, because they want to pocket watch us. They mad that we on code. They mad that we are supporting one another, and they want to silence us, but it won't work. This is what, and thank you so much, Miss Carmen, for your $10 super chat. I appreciate you. You are the real MVP. But family, can I read this one more time? I just want to make sure that I'm not losing my mind. I just want to make sure I'm not losing my mind, because this was a Facebook post that was released last week. We went over this. And Benjamin Crump stated this morning with the autopsy, y'all seen the red bruise in the back of Nolan's head. And right here, it said that he got to fight with Watts. And you know how this can make sense? Let me tell you how I can probably believe this, right? And all of this is alleged, by the way, family. All of this is alleged. That person that was a witness said that he got to fighting with Watts. Listen to what Watts' brother said on Instagram. This is what Watts' brother posted, allegedly, right? Listen to this, family.
Xavier Wells update. And here's something interesting. Wyatt Pyron, who was one of the kids involved allegedly on the boat, his younger brother Ike Pyron wrote this.
This is his younger brother, Wyatt, that the person that allegedly seen the fighting, this is the little brother of the guy that Nolan was supposedly, allegedly got the fight with, and they jumped him and smashed his head with a pole and unaliving him. Allegedly. This is his little brother. This is a message from his little brother, family.
On social media, I'm going to say allegedly. I believe this is real, but I'm just going to put it out there. He says, I see you reposted this, so I just want to let you know what really happened. Can't be listening to all these black people saying his friends did something. He was with my brother that day on my boat, and he chose to stay. They know who the girl is. It happens at Horn Island all the time. These guys posting this S on TikTok are all worthless blacks who want nothing but views.
There you go. There go your race baiting right there, April Chapman. That's your race baiting right there. Officer Tater Tot, Po Chop, Moose in the face, Rock Face. This is what little brother saying, these guys posting ish on TikTok are all worthless blacks. Yeah, we worthless blacks. Worthless blacks. And the post right here states that Nolan was fighting Watts over his phone and was winning. The other guys jumped in and smashed Nolan's head with a pole, unaliving him. Interesting.
Do anything without being caught on camera, believe me. And so to that extent, there's some footage out there that shows this altercation, if indeed it occurred. And so the grand jury, they are impaneled when there's a reasonable suspicion that something may have occurred. So that's good news. There's a reasonable suspicion that a crime has been committed. When you go to the grand jury, the prosecutor presents all the evidence that they have to explain to the grand jury the case they're looking into, and 90% of the time, over 90% of the time, the prosecutor comes back with an indictment, because grand juries only hear one side. So they're only going to hear the side of the prosecutor. So the question becomes, is the prosecutor going to do a thorough investigation and presentation to the grand jury? Because if they miss some parts of the evidence that is necessary, then the grand jury has nothing to consider. But if, as it has been in most cases, it goes where the grand jury charge has been made, it's going to go to an indictment. And
we need that.
Then all evidence will be seen on all sides. What I don't like about grand juries is if the defense don't get a chance to present their case to the grand jury. It's only the prosecutor. Prosecutor says, we have this, that, and the other evidence, begins talking, brings people in to interview them during the grand jury process, and then they determine whether there's probable cause to believe that a crime was committed. Probable cause means more likely than not. Reasonable suspicion means there may have been a crime, and so we have to look into it. Probable cause means we believe there was a crime, more likely than not. So that's where we're at with it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Nolan's mom, she said that his phone was scrubbed, right?
Yes. The mother said that some of the things on his phone had been removed. And I don't know what evidence they have of that, but she's not saying anything to jeopardize the truth in this case. And so everything she says, I'm going to take her at her word. She has no reason to trump up anything. She wants to get to the bottom of this and who killed her son. I don't believe he drowned. I believe he was killed.
Yep, there you have it. Absolutely, Judge Matthew. I don't believe he drowned. I believe he was unalive. I believe wholeheartedly that somebody unalived him. 1,000%. Because for Warren, that was actually there telling us, right? We're not speculating. We're not making nothing up. Warren stated that, hey, it was 1,000 people out there. It was a lot of boats. So if Nolan jumped in the water and went for a swim, somebody would have saw him, right, family? Somebody would have peeped the black guy jumping inside of the water swimming while everybody is on land watching him. But not one person said that he went swimming. Warren ain't say he went swimming. There's no evidence that he went swimming. They said they go out there to that island all the time. They never stated that they jump in the water. None of them. But they pick his body up at the exact same location that they parked their boat. He was absolutely unalive. And we're going to get to the bottom of this.
She has no reason to trump up anything. She wants to get to the bottom of this and who killed her son. I don't believe he drowned. I believe he was killed.
He was.
But I'm a judge that has to weigh all the evidence.
I'm going to tell you how I can just, this post right here it hit different. Watt and Nolan was fighting over a phone. The other guys jumped in and smashed his head with a pole, unaliving him. This was posted weeks ago. And then we see the autopsy today showing that he had some type of bruising on the back of his head. And we seen a GPS showing that the boat was going back and forth to the island. But Warren want to send his big nose ass on that platform with Officer Tatum and act like he don't know shit. A bunch of babble, time wasting. Officer Tatum, all he did was waste our fucking time. He didn't bring no proof, but he was boldly stating that we supposed to be apologizing to these boys because he's seen the evidence, he's seen the proof. So what in particular should I be apologizing for, Officer Tatum? You didn't present nothing. Warren ain't say shit. He tried to separate himself from Nolan that entire interview. So he won't get held responsible, so he can keep the heat off his ass. But we're not. We keeping that heat on his ass. Watt, that allegedly was fighting with Nolan, because we know it was an altercation. We know it was. And I'm excited to see part 2. I'm going to give Officer Tatum some more of my time to waste, because I know you're not going to ask him the real questions that we want to know. Y'all go back, take his keys, take his phone, don't call his mother. The first thing y'all do, you got to think about this, family. They did this all in a span of a day and a half. Nolan, around 11 a.m. on July 6th, was reported missing. On July 6th, all of these demonic individuals, right? All of them do this.
That didn't remember anything, but they remembered to deactivate every single social media account that they have. Them, his girlfriend, their parents, all the accounts deactivated and wiped clean.
So all of their accounts deactivated. Warren found it important to make sure that he scrubbed his social media platform, but he got on that interview with Officer Tatum and act like Nolan was his so-called brother.
Preliminarily, that's what I see. You don't leave
Smash the
your
like
friend
button, family.
on an island, seeing that he has left his phone,
Yep.
and not at least go back. You came there with him. You left him there, you say, because he wanted to stay. But you notice that he's left his phone. How was he going to get home in the first place? Wouldn't he need his phone?
It wasn't for him to go home, Judge. It wasn't meant for him to go home. It was all in the plan to do that to Nolan. It wasn't meant for Nolan to go home. That's why they took away the phone, so his body wouldn't be tracked. See, they was hoping that the current washed Nolan's body away, because when you don't have a body, you don't have evidence. You don't have a body, you don't have a case. So I know they plan didn't go as planned, because I know they was like, damn, they found his body. His body floated to the exact location that they parked their boat. The plan was to never make sure Nolan make it home. They set that boy up, allegedly. In my opinion, I believe, and family, we always right over here. That's why they mad. That's why they attacking us right now. This is why the trolls is trolling in the comment section, because they know we are speaking truth to power. Calling out their low IQ community got these boys in the chat room having a mayo attack. They don't know what to do. So they try to discredit everybody, calling everybody a liar. Think about this, family. The people that's calling everybody a liar and they the truth teller, they not presenting no truth. Officer Tatum got on the internet and said, I seen the boys. I talked to him. I got evidence. I seen the text message. He said he wanted to stay. Okay, Officer Tatum, present it. Warren allegedly did an interview with the sheriff department. He didn't present them the evidence that he showed you, because it's not no evidence. You blowing smoke up our ass, bro. Stop it. It's no evidence. Those boys are guilty. And we will get justice. Because we got boots on the ground, and black mainstream media is keeping the attention on those white boys, because they are the ones that participated in Nolan no longer being here with his big head ass.
In order to call his transportation, or they should have known some of that. He would have said, I'm going to get home by such and such way. When you, hey man, I'm not coming. Y'all go ahead.
Exactly.
I got a young lady. Okay, man. Is she gonna bring you home?
Right.
How you gonna get home? You don't ask any of those questions?
Nope, because they demons.
So you must have asked those questions. If you didn't, that's more evidence that I believe contributed to the reasonable suspicion. So I'm with the prosecutor. How about that so far?
Me too.
They won't have to say that the judge is making conclusions without getting the evidence. The prosecutor has found enough evidence to create a reasonable suspicion that a crime occurred. And now they're going to interview everybody and come up with some answers on whether to indict. So I'm there with the prosecutor so far. Take it to the grand jury.
Yep.
Now I have to wait until what the grand jury comes back with before I support any charge or any lack of charges.
So you feel like it was foul play?
Yes. It doesn't make sense. And it creates a presumption When you don't have an explanation and someone ends up dead, and you hear contradictory or stories that really aren't credible because they make no sense.
Just like Warren in that interview, nothing that he said in that interview with Officer Tater Tot made sense. It didn't make sense. They did a bunch of jump cuts, a bunch of babbling, a bunch of leading questions, trying to separate himself from Nolan, trying to inform us that Nolan was drinking. That don't mean nothing that he was drinking. Y'all still did something to him. Y'all did something to him. It took you 2 weeks to make a statement. And you really didn't even make a statement. You really made yourself look even worse. You could have just kept this interview. I don't know why you decided to do an interview with a Sambo. These are your white friends, though. Y'all white friends will side with a Sambo. Think about this, family. Your white friend knows that the person that's about to interview them degrade his people, and you're going to sit down and do an interview with them, but you're not going to come on your platform and say, rest in peace to Nolan. You're not going to sit down with the family. You're not going to sit down with the community. You're not going to speak to the community. You're not going to speak to the state of Mississippi. You're not going to speak to nobody, but you're going to sit down with somebody like Officer Tatum. And you think that this is supposed to change public opinion about you, Warren? You just made this even worse for yourself. Your lawyer is did you hire Mike Howard or something? I think you hired Mike Howard. I think Mike Howard convinced you to sit down and do this damn interview, because this was very bad on your end, Warren. But the heat is staying on you. We coming for all three of y'all ass, or 4 or 5. I don't care how many it is. We will get Justin for Nolan Wells. Best believe that.
You hear the same story from three people. Who knows? They may have told 2 or 3 different stories. We don't know. We will know when that grand jury comes back. So that's the case in that scenario.
Do you feel like the person who had Nolan's phone should face charges? It's a lot of people out there that feel that way.
Well, they only know he had it. Well, did he try and keep it? And did the mother just discover? I think that's what we found. The mother discovers it. The question is, how long after did she have to chase down the phone, if you will? Was it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? Perhaps if it happened within hours of them returning, then maybe you do give a little grace there. But if it happened a day or two, suddenly I got to chase down the phone, then yes, that's additional reason to be suspicious. It causes reasonable suspicion.
And not only that, Judge, them not even contacting his mother. And he said they never been over to Nolan's house. They never met the mother. But you could have got his phone and called his mother if you knew he was missing. Y'all just kept the phone and just went on about your life like nothing happened. And then y'all just went straight into hiding.
And yeah, so I think those are the factors, and those are all the things that's going to come.
So, we heard Judge Mathis give his take on this, right? He gave very valid points, and if he said he was the judge or the prosecutor, he would bring charges on these boys, rightfully so. So let's head over here to Benjamin Crumb. He sat down with TMZ, and, he spoke on the autopsy. So shout out to the family. Make sure you guys get the likes up, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member so you can support the work out here. Shout out to my channel members. Shout out to my new channel members. Shout out to my supporters. I appreciate you guys, family. Let's keep going.
Well, joining us now is Ben Crump to talk about what they've found so far and what they are hoping to find from the authorities down in Mississippi. Ben, welcome back to TMZ Live.
Hey, thank you, Charles, for having me. Thank you for covering this matter.
Yeah, we have been all over this story, and I know everybody wants answers, and we are doing our best to try and see what we can find. But with this autopsy, the independent autopsy that you did, you mentioned that obviously, I think the part that people are really focusing on is that you mentioned that there was this discoloration, this red coloration on the back of Nolan's head.
Y'all see that right there? That coloration behind Nolan's head? Let's go back to this post right here. this post that was posted on Facebook from an alleged witness that was there said Nolan got to fighting with Watts, right? Nolan was winning. The other boys jumped in and smashed Nolan's head with a pole. Smashed Nolan's head with the pole. And this is what the examiner found right here. This coloration behind his head.
Did the examiner who looked at him have any inkling about what that might be? Could it be blunt force trauma? And I understand that the cause of death and manner is undetermined, but is it possible that it was blunt force trauma?
Well, he wants to be able to give his theories and opinions before the grand jury in Mississippi as to the possible causes of the red discoloration in the back of Nolan Wells' head near the occipital region of the brain. And so it's very significant. He concluded that it was undetermined, pending further investigation, the manner and cause of death. But he did find that very significant that you had this red discoloration in the back of his brain.
Man, y'all trolls so dumb. Y'all some stupid trolls. I thought y'all would be saying something intelligent in the chat. This dumbass troll said it is drawing. It is a drawing. Dummy, that's a medical report. You stupid as hell.
In that occipital region.
Nigga, that's what they show as the doctor.
Of the brain, of the head. Also, he found it very...
The other boy is Watt. Watt is the other boy, the other guy that was on the boat with Nolan. That's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Watt, that allegedly got the fight with Nolan and was getting his ass kicked, so they jumped in and jumped Nolan and hit him in the head behind with a pole. Allegedly.
Significant. He said that they did not send his throat with his body
sad.
in the second autopsy. He said when he was the chief medical examiner of D.C., this is something that's common. He said normally he would do it when they were investigating and studying whether there were fractures to the neck or some kind of compressions to...
Bro, look how dumb this troll is. He said it's a drawing of a white guy. Bro, this is a picture on a white piece of paper. Bro, you dumb as hell. Bro, is you... Bro, what is wrong? Damn, I thought y'all at least had some intelligence. This dude said it's a drawing of a white guy. Bro, it's a white piece of paper. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get you up out of here just for... See, I was going to just allow you to keep trolling because you was trolling. Think about this, family. This guy, the Gray, which I just blocked. This guy was been trolling. I've been live for 2 hours and 28 minutes. This guy been trolling the whole time. That's true commitment right there. That's true commitment. DC said, who were the other fighters? It's going to come out. It's going to come out. But I had to, I'm not going to block the rest of the troll, but I had to block that troll because that was some dumb man. That nigga said that's a picture of a white person. Sir, I had to block you because you got to go back to school or something. Like, that's the only reason why I blocked you. Go make another page and come back. Right? Use ChatGPT or something. If you that stupid, use ChatGPT. This dude said it's white people. That's a white person.
So that is significant. He found, and the most significant thing he said, what is the crux of the matter that we do not know, and that is what was the condition of Nolan Wells' body when he entered the water? Was he conscious or was he unconscious? Mm-hmm. Was he forced into the water or was he unforced into the water? He said those are going to be very significant in a potential drowning death case where you had a person who was able to swim.
Ben, was your examiner able to, I know you said that just like the throat was removed, what about the lungs? That you mentioned that that the initial autopsy, that the lungs had been dissected, but was your examiner able to...
Hey, fireman, you said, sorry, Nolan got what he deserved for trusting white people. You can get mad with me all you want. I'm not mad. You think I give a fuck about you and what you got to say? fuck you. Just keep trolling in my chat. Just keep trolling in my chat. That's cool. What you gotta say is irrelevant. We know why y'all dumbasses is here every day. Y'all the most low IQ trolls I ever seen. Y'all are so unintelligent. I thought y'all would be coming with some type of, talking points that make sense. Y'all just dumb and ignorant.
See the lungs at all, or were they also removed?
Damn, y'all
No,
stupid.
they were able to see the lungs. However, Charles, remember the state medical examiner for Mississippi got to observe the body when it was first recovered. And that Dr. Roger Mitchell, the independent pathologist that we hired, he would not have seen the body until 6 days later. And the body had, as he said, severe decomposed. And it is one of those things that he is going to have to rely on photographs that were taken by the Mississippi medical examiner.
If she took them.
We believe that they would have taken photographs.
I don't think she took no photographs, in my opinion. If she did, she could have sent them by email to the examiner in Washington if she had photos. She didn't give that examiner nothing to work with. She got him a body with no organs and no throat. No pictures, no nothing.
Their observations, whether there was water in the lungs and water in his
airways.
From
downtown, these folks
we
stupid.
know that some from the United Cajun Navy said that his body didn't seem bloated
I got stupid
when they
fatigue.
found him, that they didn't see his body as waterlogged. So all these things are significant.
Facts,
as
Monica.
we try to figure out
Appreciate
why Nolan
the
Wells
gifts and the
is
jewels.
dead.
Ben, how were Nolan's parents, how did they receive, when I'm sure before the news conference this morning, you had gone over the autopsy results, the independent autopsy results with them. How were they when they got those results? Was it disappointing to them? Were they, obviously they want to know what happened to their son. Were they disappointed?
Facts, Keith.
Because of
stupid
all
as hell.
those
They can
conditions
use
you just mentioned.
Bro, do y'all understand that the
examiner
trolls can use Chat GPT?
was not able to determine a manner or cause of death.
Well, Charles, they were alarmed, as many of us were, at the red discoloration in the back of his head. They were alarmed that he didn't have his throat with the body.
That's crazy, man.
And they want answers. They have been very consistent. They do not accept that nobody didn't know anything, that nobody didn't see anything. And so when you think about the fact that Reverend Al and Mr. Tyler Perry and Mr. Terrell Owens has put up this $125,000 reward,
Shout out
that
to
is
Terrell
because
Owens.
we know somebody saw something. Somebody knows something.
Exactly. Especially now that Warren came out and said it was almost 4,000 people there. It was rows of boats, miles long. So somebody had to see. Nolan just didn't disappear somewhere in a private section and then just threw himself in the lake. People was there all night long. Hundreds, thousands. That's what Warren said.
Over 300, 400 people out there on Horn Island that day. We, on our Nolan Wells tip line, we've received over hundreds of
Look at all those people out there.
calls with video.
Look, you see people in the water and everything, family. Look at all these people.
People saying what they saw, people having photographs, and it's important that the people who knew something, who saw something,
And that's
that
supposed to be
they call
Nolan.
us, is critically important.
To that point, Ben, I don't know if you've seen, there's a video that we were able to.
Graphs.
Supposedly, allegedly, Nolan right here, because they saying this could possibly be Nolan because he had the same color swimming trunks on. It looked like him. I'm not gonna lie, but by him, they swinging the phone so fast we couldn't catch him raising his head. So if Nolan's standing right here on this boat with the same colored shirt, bro, all these people around. All these people around, nobody saw Nolan jump in the water. And ain't nobody even out there far in the lake. Everybody like right there by the boats in the water. So you basically see everybody.
And it's important that the people who knew something, who saw something, that they call us is critically important.
To that point, Ben, I don't know if you've seen, there's a video that we were able to obtain, and we posted this yesterday, and I don't know if you have seen it yet, but the person who shot it pointed this out, gave a copy of this to the police because they believe that it could be Nolan. There's an image of a young man
Too many
who's bent
people there,
over
family. It's
on
too
the
many
back
people.
deck of a boat, and the trunks certainly.
I told you, yeah, I showed you guys that. I said that Megyn Kelly right here, she made a video about Nolan trying to attack. That's all they got to do, family. They're going to attack Benjamin Crump because they don't want to stay on topic. They don't want to state the facts. Like I already cooked Rockface yesterday, right? Fact checked her, and she made another video about Carmelo Anthony, which we are going to go over sometime this week or next week. And I bet she's not going to address that affidavit. I guarantee you she ain't going to address that. But look at all these people in the water. Everybody is swimming around each other.
Look like the same color that Nolan was wearing on July 4th.
Yeah, TMZ is corrupt.
And, you know, all we can see, he never stands up, so we can't see his face, but they thought this could be Nolan. And I'm wondering if the family has seen this, or if you're at any contact with any of Nolan's friends who might have seen this, who could say, yeah, that's him.
I don't know who boat that
police are
is.
trying to determine that. We don't know if they've figured out if it's him. Have you seen this video?
Well, my team of investigators and our team of lawyers have received that video and received many others. And we've received witnesses saying that they say it's Nolan, but until we can confirm these allegations, we want to be careful to say that witnesses have said that this is Nolan. And we also have videos where you have people having exchanges, disputes, and people have said that was Nolan. So we're trying to dot every I and cross every T because it's so critically important that this family gets answers, that the country gets answers.
You said that your investigators have been getting a lot of tips about videos and photos and
If that's the video of Nolan right here, family, if that's
there's
him,
anybody coming.
if that's him on that boat right there, these drowning narratives, this wandering off with a female, bro.
Forward, because you said something that is so true, where there's so many people who are out there in Horn Island. Whatever
Exactly,
it is that happened
Latoya.
to
They
Nolan,
didn't find his body
even if it
bloated.
is accidental, but whatever it is that happened, it just seems implausible that no one has seen anything. I'm wondering if you are having any luck hearing from people who are actually on the island who saw him. I mean, obviously, even in the image that we have, that they may or may not be him, but there were so many people there. It just seems implausible that whatever happened to this young man, someone didn't see anything. Are you hearing from people who are on the island?
We are hearing from people on the island, and the Nolan Wells tip line at bencrump.com is getting a lot of hits and submissions. And that 800 number that we want to encourage everybody to call at the Ben Crump Call Center is 1-888-991-1772.
Okay.
And we are going to take detailed information from you.
Okay. What have you heard from, your independent autopsy is complete now. Have you heard anything from the sheriff's department as to when their results are going to be available?
They know Nolan didn't drown.
Because obviously they have the throat. They were able to look at his lungs, and as well they're going to have the toxicology, which that's going to be the really telling thing here. Have you heard from them when those results might be available?
No, we haven't. And remember, our autopsy is not complete. It's undetermined pending further investigations. That's very important to note, Charles, because we need to examine the throat. We also want to see the pictures. We want to know whether his lungs and airways have water in them. Those things are significant if we're trying to be transparent. And they told us they're going to be transparent. So we're going to see if we can take them at their word. Furthermore, I think it's vitally important that we continue.
Why is your dumb ass in the chat saying Nolan is drowned when it ain't no proof that he drowned? There's no evidence that he drowned. No witnesses that he went out for a swim. Why you on it? Why you in the chat saying that dumb ass shit? Y'all trolls in the chat are very low IQ, very stupid. There's no, Warren didn't even say that Nolan went for a swim. Nobody seen him in the water, but y'all dumb idiots still saying that he drowned. Stupid.
Here to underscore that toxicology is important, but it's not the end all. Charles, if he went into the water with all those people on Horn Island,
right?
Somebody knows something.
Exactly.
Somebody saw something. That is the crux of the matter.
Yep.
That is what's going to be an issue. You know, the cell phones, all toxicology, all play a part.
Yeah, I believe that's him too.
What did people see? Somebody knows what happened to Nolan Wells.
All right.
Yeah, they know what happened to him, bro. This nigga he wasn't out there drowning and shit like everybody trying to play like we dumb. We're not stupid. Y'all can run with that dumbass narrative. They put his body there. Cause how if he was drowning, how in the hell did they pick his body up the exact same place where they was parked at? The exact place. If he drowned and his body would have just floated with the current. His body was right there. They threw him overboard. Dumb idiots. These people want Nolan to drown so bad. They want Nolan to drown. This is how they want to protect these low IQ individuals like Warren and Watt and them. They want them to drown. They running with that narrative. Nobody have came out and said that he drowned. The state of Mississippi haven't released their autopsy and he said he drowned. The independent autopsy didn't say that he drowned, but they are still going around saying that Nolan drowned with no proof. No proof that he was even in the lake swimming. You don't see no evidence, no video evidence or nothing, but y'all have to protect these people by saying, hey, Nolan drowned. It fits their narrative, family. It fits their narrative. They want Nolan to drown because they hoping that those boys didn't do it when they know that they did. They did it. Deep down inside, these anti-black racists know that them boys played a part in it. Just like that white dude that got exposed, that got fired from his job. Yeah, this is what we do. We throw y'all in the ocean. We say, swim, boy, swim. We have meetings every 6 months about black people, targeting them. And then you got a examiner like this out there examining black bodies, not ruling it a homicide. That's what we dealing with, family. But let's just brush it off so we can keep the smoke off these white boys and say that he drowned. Get the fuck out of here. We're not that dumb. We're not falling for that stupid ass shit. Warren stated in that interview, it was thousands of people there. That's what Warren said. We're not making it up. Warren was there. He's a witness, right? He's a suspect in my books. But let's just run with y'all narrative. He's a witness. The witness stated that it was thousands of people. As you guys just seen in that video clip, everybody was swimming beside each other. You would have seen Nolan drowning if he drowned. Y'all act like he fucking Michael Phelps, that he went out past the boats and decided to go on a goddamn Olympic lap or something. It would be very easy to determine a drowning because Dr. Turner had his body since the 7th of July. She had his body that long to the point where they took the body from her and sent it to Washington. She has his organs. She has his throat. Why haven't she came out and said, yeah, it's determined a drowning? That would have been easy. That would have been easy. But we will get justice for Nolan. We will not be quiet. We will not be distracted. Everybody want to try to now. They don't even care about justice for Nolan anymore, family. It's all about attacking the family, bringing up Benjamin Crump, pocket watching, bringing up money. Y'all can't distract the family over here. I tell y'all this all the time. We too focused. We laser sharp focus on this case. We standing on business for our family, our people. It's nothing that you can do about it. You can troll every day. Good luck with that. Think about how big of a loser that you have to take time out your day, make a fake page, come on somebody's platform and just comment a bunch of dumb shit. Loser. This how I'm telling you, family, we are too powerful right now. We are too strong. The mainstream media don't know what to do with us. When black people is on code like we is over here, we are a threat. We are dangerous. That's why you got your Megyn Kelly out here making videos like this, talking about, oh, yeah, it's not even no suspects. Y'all trying to blame them white boys. Yes, we're blaming them. We're blaming them. And not only that, family. Let me show you y'all girl that we cooked the other day. Yeah, we cooked her ass. I was hoping that. I know you seen it too, April. I know you seen it too. You saw it. April video today. It will never be enough. White church hosts Nolan Wells' funeral and Sharpton couldn't help himself. She can't help herself but to continue to race hustle and rage bait because she want to be accepted and try to, stroke the ego of her white zaddy over there. Shout out to From Downtown coming in with the $10 super chat. What's the first thing you do if you're drowning? You scream for help. You mean to tell me 1,000 people there, nobody heard him? These people think we're slow. Exactly, Downtown. And that's why, see, we're not falling for their lies. And they getting frustrated with us from Downtown because we're not falling for it. So they have to take a detour and try to come up with something else. Hey, let's attack the money. Let's talk about money. Yeah, let's talk about the GoFundMe. Let's talk about Benjamin Crump lawsuit that nobody mentioned, by the way. But thank you so much From Downtown for your $10 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. They bringing up lawsuits. They attacking him, Benjamin Crump. That's all they talking about. Benjamin Crump. They don't even care about Nolan. Officer Tatum didn't go down there to seek justice. He didn't go down there to try to find some truth about his case, about this case. He went down there to race hustle. He's the #1 race hustler on the internet. If he don't degrade black people, he don't eat. His bills don't get paid. So he had to go down there and try to shed the light on that white boy and make it seem like that he's just an innocent childhood friend who just cares so much about Nolan. So why accept the interview now after the funeral? Why now? Warren, why you won't speak on your own platform? Why you got to do an interview with a man that degrade people that look like your friend, your brother that you claim? Nolan's your brother. He degrade your people. But you're going to sit down and do an interview with him? And we shouldn't look at you sideways like you a racist piece of shit? Because I know you racist, Warren. All you white boys out there racist. And Ashley Cole, a racist piece of shit. And we going to address y'all as such. Your shame and tactics won't work. Your outdated stereotypes don't work. April Chapman can't even focus on the goddamn case. She talking about what about Chicago? Y'all focus on Nolan Wells, but there's a bunch of black people dying in Chicago. Okay, cool. We still talking about Nolan Wells. That's not gonna work, April Chapman. You dumb, ignorant motherfucker. Like what triggers me, family, is that they really think that we falling for these lies. When they make their videos, right, they think like, yeah, I know this a good one on black people. Yeah, I'm finna get them with this one. Chicago. All right, okay. I'm going to show you how powerful the family is. I'm going to show, because I'm telling you, family, when I got on Megyn Kelly ass about Charlie Kirk, she didn't make one video on Charlie Kirk. After my video the next day, she did 50 videos of Charlie Kirk. I called her out about the affidavit of Carmelo Anthony. She posted a video today talking about Carmelo Anthony retrial and appeal. I got on her ass and said, why haven't you made a video on Nolan Wells? Because it doesn't feature our narrative. She made 2 videos today about Nolan Wells, but really not about him, but attacking us and Benjamin Crump. Salute to the family. We in the building. Yeah, I hope they do sue the draws off them. Yeah, Ringo TV. Listen, family, Ringo is over there desperate. Ringo, like, I cooked him so hard. I think I'm going to have to bring that back. I think I'm going to have to bring Ringo, because I see Ringo over there dying for attention, right? Because Ringo is a tether. So what Ringo is doing with his time, right? Because he's saying Nolan is dumb, Nolan deserved to die, F Nolan, saying all the most disgusting things that you could say about a young black child that's only 18 years old, that was in college and had a bright future ahead of him. But Ringo TV, being the degenerate that he is, and I expose him, his supporters don't send him money. He's crying to his supporters about super chats and cash apps. He's crying about super chats and cash apps, and he's counting the pockets of other black content creators. That's why he said F Nolan Wells over 6 times in his live stream. And he continued to say that, by the way. So now Ringo is taking the time out his day to go do research and background checks on the mother. Trying to find out where the mother from, what's her lineage, who her dad is. Because tethers like to do that. When they see black people defend other black people and they outsiders, because Ringo an outsider. We have already drew the line in the sand and have already addressed him as an outsider. You are a tether. You are not one of us. The mother not black American. The mother not foundational black American. Her mother is Filipino. Her dad is this. That's not going to work, Ringo. You a failed, dried up YouTuber, and you look stank. You look like you stink every day. You get on the internet, you look like you funky, like you ain't washed your ass in 10 years. Get your hygiene together, brother. Line up your, matter of fact, cut them dreads off. You a loser. And you trying to position yourself like some arbiter of truth, talking about everybody else's line. I might just have to cook Ringo again, family. Because he's desperate. I thought I cooked him, filleted him, but I see him, he's still showing out. But I told you, when you disrespect the family, I'm coming for you. I got time. I am the Sambo assassin. I am the black assassin. So to all the black people that's new over here on my channel, that's coming under my videos, just ignore them. You just ignore. Don't give them no clout. I'm not that kind. I told you, I am the radical black. I'm the ones that these conservatives like to talk about. Black people radical. These motherfuckers radical. Yes. Me. I'm here. I'm radical. Yeah, y'all making everything about race. Yes. I'm making everything about race. That's me. Hey, I'm over here. Y'all just want to pull the race card. Yeah, I'm pulling the race card. Sorry. That's me. And I'm gonna keep it on race, by the way. I'm gonna keep it on race. There's nothing you can do about it but just cry and whine, and me and the family just gonna continue to cook y'all ass. Easy work. Easy work. And we only growing. We only getting louder, family. Do you understand? We are climbing up to the point where mainstream media gonna have to address us directly. And we not gonna sugarcoat shit over here. We straightforward. We about belt to ass. We about standing on business. I am the radical kind. If this too much for your ears, you might want to go to another platform. Because I'm radical about my people. I'm willing to go all the way about my people. I'm not playing no games. I ain't finna be politically correct about shit if you lying on my family. I done had enough of this shit. Y'all can sit on the sideline and say, y'all just ignore them. Just ignore them. Don't address them. No, I am going to address it. With a smile on my face. You better buckle up because it's going to be a bumpy ride. And to the trolls over here, I know I trigger y'all. I know I do. Because you really can't go nowhere else on YouTube and get this type of truth like this. This type of work like this. It's serious over here. Me and the family over here, we don't play no games. That's why y'all love coming over here. Y'all faithful over here, by the way. Even when I block some of y'all make new pages to come back over here with us. The obsession is real. The obsession is real, family. Yeah, only white people keep saying that he drowned. Only white people saying that in the Sambo class. Only the Sambo class saying that. Exactly. Them defending white people that at all costs is the race card. They are the main ones that's pulling the race card. But guess what? I am too. Salute to you, Black Warrior. Salute to you. Salute to the family. I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. We strong over here. You can't. We are sealed tight over here. Trying to come in between us with some black on black crime and Chicago narrative. What do you think that's going to do over here with us? Now, that's a serious question. What is this black on black crime narrative? Do you think that's going to knock us off our square right now? How serious me and the family is right now. Do you think Chicago and black on black crime is going to stop what we got going on over here? I encourage you to keep using Chicago and black on black crime because I know that's all you got. That's why when y'all beg to debate me, you debate me, bro. You're lying about Carmelo. If I debate you, which you got to pay because you're not finna waste me and these excellent black people time over here by telling us 13% of the population commit 50% of the crime. I thought I'd just sit there and look at you say 1350 black on black crime and Chicago. What else do you got left? What else you got left? How is that a debate after you get done saying these talking points and I debunk them easily? Oh, you missed some of the live? Man, I know YouTube don't be showing y'all the notification. Come on, YouTube. I appreciate you guys for hosting me and the family, but come on, make sure my family get them notification now. We got work to do. They can't be missing this shit. I need the family here present every time, YouTube. Please do not do that. The family have to be here. I need them. We need each other. Come on now, YouTube. Notify the family. We come in love and peace and harmony. But violence when it's necessary. Don't ever get it twisted. Because y'all got me fucked up. I ain't gonna lie, I'm the wrong motherfucker. Salute to the family, salute to the team. I appreciate you guys for joining me on this evening. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys to death. Thank you guys for showing up and being a voice for our people. You should be proud of yourself, family. Your voice showing up every day is lighting their ass up. They can't take it no more, family. They can't take it that y'all show up every single day putting belt to ass, being vocal, being present, standing on business, not being distracted. They don't know what to do, family. Because we are confusing our enemies. We are confusing the enemies because they don't like when we on code like this. They don't like when we unified like this. But guess what? Guess what? This is only the beginning. Family, stay focused. Stay strong. Become successful. Keep winning. Keep shining. They don't like seeing black people shine. They don't like seeing us winning. This is what they hate. What we doing over here, family, every single day, day in and day out, putting belt to ass. This is what they afraid of. I got your back and I know y'all got my back. That's why I'm confident every time I come on this platform. Because I know the family going to show up for me. And they know 1,000% that Gentleman Den is going to... I'm seeing the same shit that y'all see. Best believe I'm coming with it. I'm the soldier out the group. When it's time to work, I show up. When it's time for war, I show up. This ain't no game for me. I don't just turn on my camera and say, oh, whoop the dude, let's live stream. No, I'm dead serious on here. I'm pissed the fuck off. Salute to LaToya coming in with the 99 cents. Just showing love, didn't say nothing. Thank you so much for that, LaToya. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, LaToya. You are the real MVP for that. Thank you. Y'all be safe. Y'all enjoy y'all night. I love y'all, family. Stay focused. Stay tight. We just getting started, baby. Let's go.